guys. Really hope I got it right this time, because yesterday's stream was, my voice was doubled for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Why is this? I added... What? Of course there's an error. You know, whatever. I really don't even need this. I just thought it'd be a cool thing to have, is to have the OBS controller app. Because, you know, I'm all about that, but... No. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't give a shit anyway! Now, I also don't know who's trying to call me at this hour? 7:30? Are you kidding me? It's an unknown number. I mean, it's not unknown, it shows the numbers, but I don't know who that is. I'm not answering it. Okay. Alright, hey guys, so I have my new little setup I have here. It's like a little stand for my Surface computer, so that I can lift it up a little bit for... seems crooked though, hold on. No, it still seems crooked. That, I think, is better. I think. I can't tell. It doesn't need to be perfect. It really doesn't. It just bothers me sometimes. I wanted it to be a little taller, but I think this is okay. It's gonna, in the future, have to be put off to the side more so I can see the TV. Because right now I have it right in front of me to play with my capture card. I'm just using this display. But that doesn't really work out all that well for my other games. So I've only been doing it for this one. My capture card that's supposed to support HDR is coming in tomorrow, and that will hopefully make it so that I can look at my TV screen without it being all, you know, dark. So yeah, alright, let's get going. Let's start playing. Let's just get into it. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I didn't want it too far off, but it might have to be just because it's so, my tablet's so big. Only one upgrade point, okay. Oh, I'm on the, okay. Where were my thoughts? Okay, I'm guessing the aviary, where is that? Right here. Guessing that's where I plant this seed. I need to go back to sleep. I need to go end the cycle anyway. So let's go back. And then I have an apartment I can start building up. Okay, I'm full, I'm stable. Time to end the cycle and get a new roll. Okay, not a terrible roll. Average. Yeah, I'd say it's like acceptable, somewhat. Okay, and then this one looks like it's gonna be just, that's got a lot of slots to fill, but I'm not ready to do that yet. So we're gonna go and, okay, they have fragments I don't have money for. I don't think I need any more fragments. Haggle over prices. I don't think I need one. Let's look here. Let me try that distance. Feels a little close. Okay. Stop moving. Thank you. I should probably use a different table other than the C table because it's not very stable. It rocks easily. And that probably doesn't look good. Oh, they're not here yet. Okay. Let's go down. Word exchange. No, I don't have anything to exchange. I'm good and stable. I don't need to fabricate anything. Do I want to take it out? Won't take too many, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Look at that. And I probably can even use one more. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's help them out. And then we'll see if it gives me another prompt. Or if that's it. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Okay. She's asleep, whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as he does. Oh, he looks tired. You are perched at a thin bar in the main room. The slate in front of you still glowing with Mina and your drawings from a cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only world Mina has known, with stick figures standing along its edge. The tall one is you. Drink? Asks Lem, producing a worn-looking bottle of Garoli from under the bar, its contents glowing amber in the fluorescent light. No thanks. Let me pour it at least. If you don't want it, I'll drink it later. He laughs and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal thumbs. Glugs a few fingers. What does that mean? What am I misinterpreting? What's being lost in translation here? He laughs and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers and sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers you, and you clink the metal containers together. We actually have something to celebrate this time around. Lem gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side reel. He grins broadly. Clearly, he has been desperate to tell you all cycle. Amazing. Lem holds up his drink. Couldn't have done it without you keeping an eye on little Meanie back here. Lem shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, Sleeper? I haven't seen much of her these past cycles. Doing great. Of course she is. He playfully squeezes your shoulder. She talks about you a lot, you know. He draws you. I'm glad she has a friend that isn't me. His eyes drift to the bedroom door. She's great. He nods. I can't take all the credit for Mina. She isn't actually mine. He gazes into the middle distance. I pulled her off of a refugee shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make for the eye on these decrepit old shuttles. He sloshes the drink around in his tumbler. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway there, everyone spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapon locker. She was ice cold when I'd reached her, purple lips. He shivers. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let go. The medics treated her, with me still clinging to her. He takes drink, still not sure why. He reaches over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand? We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. But once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here. You saved her. I'm going to sound like an idiot now, but he sighs. She saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around the decaying unit. It's stained plastic plating and flickering lights. Me, I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost, but I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes, dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up in the drawer, Sleeper? What then? The side rail will sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? You'll make it. Sorry, I know you don't have it any better. He looks at his cup and pushes it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now. Both of us in with a chance. Exactly. Imagine all three of us riding the sidereal horizon out here to a new world. He looks into his glass for a moment. I think I drank this too fast, he laughs. Lem stands and starts to clear the glasses into the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. Me too. All right, then. He catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, sleeper. I mean it. From both of us. He pats your shoulder and you slip out into the dark of the hallway with thoughts of little Mina in your mind. Cute. Okay. So I finished that up. I think I kind of wanted to do Rabia. Let me see. Yeah, I think I will. Actually, no, you know what? I got some low die. I'm going to go ahead and work at the stacks because it's safe. Wait. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I can make some money. Preferably. Okay. I'm probably going to spend the rest of my die doing that. Okay. Actually, I'll be better off. I gotta go down here and do it. I don't think there's any other than... No, I think it's empty now. Whoops. Okay. Is this the one? It is. Okay. Nice. And then I believe I take... Oh, the Havenage Office. Oh, wait, no. That's right. The caster's table, he takes that. Is it this? Yadagon business. I just did that, right? Yeah. Does he not take it? Hold on. Oh, I can only give him 5 at a time? Alright, well... Fine. Gotta end the cycle. Can't buy a stabilizer, not that I want to. Okay. Alright, I think I'm ready to end my cycle. I'm gonna say the cycle. My cycle sounds weird. I don't really want to say that. Okay, so I could use the 2 to get energy. Maybe like working at the noodle shop would have been better. There we go. Back up to where we need to be. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Rabia's office. Rabia? Whatever. We'll go here. And I'm going to... I don't need energy, so we'll do this. Scrap components. Can sell those. Ooh, insider. Do it again. Nice. You know what? Sure. Although do I... No, I think I can. I'll go sell what I got from here first before I spend my last die, so that if I need more cryo, I can do that. Okay, he only takes 5 at a time. I don't even know what he gives me. That's not even... I don't need to fabricate anything. Okay. 12, nice. One more. Nice, okay. So, I could probably work at the office again. Let me check. I think there's one that's pretty close. Let's go. Is it low end, or did I do that one? No, I think I did it. Okay. Fabricator, exchange. Got the bar, got the still to make. But I don't think I want to put anything into that yet. Oh, it's 80, right? I'm gonna get it now just so I'm good once I need it. Okay. So we're all set there. Ready to go there. And then... Sure. Only one, okay. That's fine. I kind of had a feeling it would happen because it was a lower time. I got two, okay. So do I want self-repair? Use scrap components at home to repair condition. That would be good. Agent nodes give double data. All cryo actions are discounted by 20%. I like this top one here. I think that'll be a good one. Okay. Then I can work for Rabia and get paid in... Oh, there it is. Cool. Okay. End cycle. Ooh, that's an excellent roll. It's a very good roll. Okay. All right, so I'll finish up at Rabia's, I think. Go there. And I really shouldn't put a 1 in. That's not good. Negative and neutral, yeah, that's not good. Let me first use the 1 for some data extraction. Hacker man. Ooh, transfer intercept, nice. Okay, and I got 2, so 3 more until I give it to him. Okay, back to here. Doesn't really matter. All of them are basically 6s now. Scrap components, insider, nice. Ooh. This time you meet inside Rabia's office, although now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. You find her stood in an almost bare, shadowy unit midway through a sequence of stretches. There are 2 low stools and a terminal in the corner, but it seems that most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber matting, and a stack of weights. Ooh, so it's like a gym. She got like a home gym. When Rabia turns to greet you, you realize she is missing an arm. The prosthetic she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running to it. Updates, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry yourself with. Of course. Sit, Rabia says, gesturing to the 2 diminutive stools. You both settle on the stools, Rabia crossing her legs on top and sitting straight-backed. Gia told me you have been doing the rounds, collecting tiths, patrolling the ward. She smiles. Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. I wanted to help. And you did. She closes her eyes for a moment. I hope you can see how things work here now. A strong Yadigan means a strong low end. Both are woven into each other. I know that for you, life on the eye has been a struggle, but I hope we can do something about that from here onward. Though some of our members may not see it that way, I know you two are a refugee. She looks at you solemnly. That is why you have to come to us. Enough, Rabia. Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. I'm tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room, Rabia's baton in their hand, and with the end lit with sparking electricity. Rabia looks between the 2 of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you two. She looks strangely unfazed. Stay silent. Sabine pauses, thrown off by your silence. Oh shit. Rabia takes this opportunity to act. She leaps. Oh damn it. Oh man. I guess I should have. Guess I should have said that we were a team. She was just like too upset. I upset her. Damn. She leaps from the stool and fainted past Sabine, grabs the baton and twists it inward. She is by far the stronger, and she pushes Sabine to their knees. Plunging the crackling end of the baton towards their chest, they freeze there. Sabine struggles to keep the crackling baton from their skin. Stop! Then you support them? Rabia asked you, her eyes not leaving Sabine. Your loyalties are so easily swayed? I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Rabia. Sabine spits back. Are you not able to think for yourself? Rabia holds the baton strong, and for a moment you think she is about to hammer it down into Sabine's chest. But after a painful wait, she throws Sabine down instead, and then spins the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch and shutting it off in a single move. Rabia, explain. They both look at you, each still catching their breath, as if they had forgotten about your presence. Explain what? How the moment I call my enforcers will come down here and take them away? Rabia cracks her neck. You were lucky I didn't kill you. I would have had every right. Every right, she shouts, the anger a release of tension more than a threat. Sabine lifts themselves a little, bruised from the fall. They roll onto their side and cough. Rabia gives them some space, sitting back on their stool. Sabine props themselves up on their elbows and fixes Rabia with a hard stare. You have something to say? Rabia taunts. Say it. This is your final opportunity, because after this, she laughs, no coming back. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Yadagan project. I have a hair on my screen, but I was trying to get it without my finger because it's a touch screen. Rabia collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, then decide on another approach. Eventually they say it. Yannick is a traitor. Rabbi immediately flinches, her eyes going to her prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching. But she rides it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them, at least for now. When I came here from Essen Arp, they glance at you, gauging your reaction. It was Yannick who was one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know I should have told you I worked with Essen Arp long ago, but I thought you would abandon me. You are my final friend. What you should know is that I left Essen Arp because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program, on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on, to the press. Essen Arp wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect themselves. What does this have to do with Yannick? Rabia interrupts. The Sleeper knows you are Essen Arp. I told them, and while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you. That hair's still there. They glance at you and then away, ashamed. They lift their head. But it is Yannick, not me, who is in the pocket of Essen Arp. Rabia, who the fuck? Essen Arp. Rabia flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, to lock me away in exchange. Rabia slams her hand on the desk. Just tell us, for God's sake. In exchange for those, Sabine finishes, nodding towards Rabia's prosthetic arm in its cradle. He has been using Yadagan enforcers, using you as test subjects for Essen Arp. I'm chilly. I'm putting the bib on. Ugh. Not exactly wearing a very warm shirt. But I usually wear t-shirts, so not much different. Okay, alright. Sorry. I should have done this at the beginning. But I didn't. I thought I'd tough it out. I really shouldn't. I should just Make things comfortable right from the get-go. My neck keeps... It's the only thing with the bib. There we go. Okay. This is where a sweatshirt would be handy. But who has time for that? Who has sweatshirts? I only have like 20. He has been using Yatagan enforcers using you as test subjects for SNR technology. I have the data to prove it. He has been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Rabia's fixed expression has started to fade. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rabia. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I had to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stopped, unable to continue. Rabia closes her eyes and breathes in, then opens them again, and she holds out a hand to Sabine. Show me, she says. Later, much later, when you leave, Sabine is still talking Rabia through the manifests and usage data, both of them crowded around the terminal as Sabine leads Rabia through each layer of Yannick's betrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye, and something passes between you. Something like a thank you, or a sorry, or other expression that communicates both sadness and hope. Okay, so I thought that was going to be worse than it was. Oh, I got 1 point. What do I gotta do there? Just wait? Yeah, they gotta talk it out. Okay. Okay, what's the other thing before I think I put dice into this now. Yes, I do. I'm gonna work on my apartment. I think I could get this done this cycle. Let's get moving ready. Okay, I think I can do it. I think we're gonna do it. Watch me get 1. Yeah! Nice. Squatter's rights. Isn't this Sabine's apartment? Am I just taking her apartment even though she's back? Cool, okay. Feed a stray. There are signs that a stray animal has been nosing around near the unit. A handful of chits for some crackers should bring it out of hiding. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Of course I'm gonna take one. Or, oops. Of course I'm gonna feed it. Let's see what happens. Can I do it multiple times? Probably only once per cycle. Okay. Ooh. The stray hops up onto a work surface and looks out of the unit's small window. It doesn't acknowledge your presence. It just sits there beside the tray of crumbled crackers, staring at the low end. Out at the low end. What is this cat's story? Are there more on the station? You haven't seen another in the low end, but in this vast megastructure, that means little. There could be a whole colony of cats like this one down in the warrens. You look at the sleek dark fur and sharp eyes. Oh, we got a cat over here. You're coming on my lap, Milvin? Milvin, come here. Milvin, come here. Come here. There he is. Watch. Come here. Are you the cat? Are you the cat? Come here. Milvin. Come here. He doesn't want to go in front of the camera. He's shy. Come here. Come here. There he is. There he is. Come on. Gonna go under the blankets? You don't like doing that. No, come here. Come on. Fine. He's not a cuddler. Although he sometimes will. He's finicky. He's fussy. Melvin, look. You made me mess up my bib. You got Betsy all excited too. No, Betsy. Yes, you're very cute too. You're cute too. Yes, you are. I know. Don't lick me. Don't. You lick your asshole. I don't want you to lick me. Good girl. No. Stop. Okay. Lay down. Betsy. Good girl. Stop. Betsy. Betsy. Enough. I know. You're adorable. You're adorable, yes. Lay down. Okay. You look at the sleek, dark fur and sharp eyes. It doesn't look ragged. It looks at home. In fact, its presence in the unit makes you wonder if this is the Stray's apartment which you're squatting in. I don't think I should approach him yet. Although he could be approachable. I'm just gonna watch him. You gotta let them come to you. Though the Stray is looking out out at the station, you feel its attention on you, waiting for you to spring your trap. You remain relaxed and watch as something flickers in its eyes, perhaps the reflection of a passing ship. The Stray settles a little and starts eating, picking at the broken crackers. You don't remember ever having been close to an animal. It triggers something in you, a recognition of a life, totally unlike your own, but still somehow connected, parallel, even interwoven. The Stray licks the crumbs from its fur. Sure, I gotta get him used to my voice. The Stray flicks their tail at the sound of your voice. It's hard to imagine the Stray liking anything, or at least being vulnerable enough to admit it. But the Stray's pleasure at existing here in this place shines through its every sinew. It is not that the Stray is always happy on the eye, but that the Stray is engaged by this place. It is alive here. You turn... Betsy, you're making this thing move. Stop it. See, I might have to get a different table. Just stabilize this better somehow. You turn your eyes to the window, the one that the Stray looks out of, and you both watch the stars and the ships together. You feel something pass between you and the Stray, a kind of acknowledgement of each other, a sense that each of you might share something with the other, a point of connection. Then all at once the Stray yawns wide, hops down from the unit and brushes along your legs. Aww! Then it's gone, out through the unit door and back into the corridors of the low end. Aw, you better come back, you little shit. You better come back. I thought I'd only be able to do this once per cycle. How could... Oh, okay. I guess maybe, yeah. I guess that is the case. And then before... I don't think this is anything. Nope. Let's go over here. Oh, I got 2. Okay. Agent gives double the rewards. I'll do the cryo. They're really dishing out the points now. Okay, so I can't do that. Never mind. I don't know why I'm looking. I don't have any more money. Milvin, what? Come here. What? I don't know if you can hear him. Milvin, you can't go in the basement. Milvin. You can't go down there. You know better. You know you can't. I'm not opening the door. He's like, but why not? He's being goofy now. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's a goofy cat. You are so goofy. What, is Xena down there or something? Did she run down there? No, she's right here. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's go to our apartment. I think my cats and my dog get confused that I'm talking to myself, essentially. And they're like, what does she want? Why won't she shut up? She usually doesn't do this. Usually she just watches TV silently. But who is she talking to? Is she talking to us? Ooh, I saved 20% on feeding the cat. Oh, can I do that like every time? I spent all my money. Okay, I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh no, I don't think I'm going to have enough for another set of dice when I wake up. Damn, just off by just a little. I'm gonna use this one first. Okay. Fragments. Those I sell. The Ord Exchange, right? Yep. Okay. Okay, one more cycle for them. Oh my gosh, that's a bunch. That's a lot of ones. That's not good. How'd I get 12? What'd I just do? I just used a stabilizer. How'd I get 12 cryo? I don't know. Okay, well, I'm gonna go get the mushrooms. Ooh, I'm hungry. Gonna need to get some food. Oh, no, never mind. I got it. So does that mean I have the stuff to give to them over here? I guess I need... Wait a minute, did I not get any from that? I didn't get any from that. What the hell? Alright, well, let me double check around here for data, but I don't think there is any. Nope, none. Okay. Alright, so let's go... What am I doing? Oh, we're doing data. That's right. I can only use the yada yada yada. Oh, I can re-roll. That's right. Okay. Let's re-roll because it can't get any worse. It literally can't get any worse. I got a 6. Look at that. We're gonna go get the mushrooms. I'll get energy from it, as well as mushrooms, because I have a 6. Okay. Perfect. I don't think I got any energy from that, but whatever. No, I need another one. Should I do the 2 on the... It says it's risky. No, it says it's dangerous. Fuck, I'm not doing that, I guess. Oh, I can use that for Havenage data. Yeah, Havenage. Okay. Nice. And then how many does he take at a time for that? Probably 5 as well, my guess would be. But I don't know for sure. Yeah. I'll try it just to see. I don't know what he'll give me. Probably just conversation, not actual money. So that doesn't sound worth it. Okay, I can do self-repair, but I can also... Oh, right. Okay, well, you know what? That's fine. I'm gonna feed the cat. Stray fed. Wait, how many times can I do this? I'm spending all my money. Fuck it. I want to see how many times I can do this. I really hope it's not just something you're putting into nothing. I really hope it's actually putting something in there. I hope this cat better love me after this. Because I am giving it just the time of its life. So I can get up to 4. Okay. Sure, let's try it. I don't usually do this. Good enough. Alright, let's get the rest of the mushrooms. Okay. Let's go give it to him. X, go give it to you. Go give it to you. There you go. What next will you like? More. Flux is the first of 3 episodic updates to Citizen Sleeper, telling the story of the refugee Floretia, which has arrived at the Eye. All 3 episodes, Flux, Refuge, and Purge, are now available. Complete the supply Garolis action will begin the episode, but be aware that this is intended for late gameplay. Okay. Oh, alright. You came! PK smiles as you walk into the climbing briar cargo hold behind a gloomy Eshe. They brought mushrooms. Eshe tosses the mushroom caps onto a crate, raising her eyebrows at PK. PK gives her a look. Thank you, Sleeper. They pick one up and sniff at it. Are these edible? PK turns the cap over in their fingers before putting it down. We're not so used to fresh produce. Eshe is securing crates as she speaks and doesn't look up. Hawthorne doesn't have much in the way of farming. Hawthorne? The installation we grew up on. Eshe wipes off her hands on a rag. XPR loves to name their property after natural things, but that's about as far as the relationship with plant life goes. XPR? I'll just keep asking, just a name and a question mark. This an interrogation? She glares. Either way, we are done with this place, which is all you need to know. All I need to know? Eshe leans back against the crate she was securing. We're going to need more than a few mushrooms if we want to help those refugees, though. What do they need? Food, water, components, a whole lot of things. Eshe stands and walks over to the mushrooms you brought, placing them into a container with care. The problem isn't just getting supplies, it's getting them through to the ships. Can you speak to Havenage? We aren't exactly welcome guests, PK explains. If anyone figures out that we came in with the refugee ships, we'll be quarantined as well. Are you both refugees? PK looks at Eshe, waiting for her lead, but Eshe doesn't flinch. Something like that. Eshe looks away. But this isn't about us. This is about them. Eshe stares at you. Even calling them refugees is just a way of turning a lot of scared, desperate people into a single, monolithic group. Eshe slides a container full of mushrooms into one of the cargo hold racks. Look, as much as I like to chat, we still got a lot of space to fill in this hold, so if you're gonna help... I think Eshe is trying to say we need your help, and quickly, PK says, glancing at her. The refugees behind the cordon, they won't be able to hold out indefinitely. We need to get supplies to them in the next 12 cycles or so. Okay? Eshe steps forward, or Havenage will have to bear the responsibility of whatever happens next. I'll help if I can. PK looks nervously at Eshe. They were hoping for someone more concrete. There's 3 things we still need to secure. Water, food, and scrap components for ship repairs. Eshe gestures to the storage container around the hold. Water we can just find a way to source, or, my preference, just siphon off from the underground reservoirs in the Greenway. PK raises their eyebrows. Eshe. She ignores them. For food, things could be tricky. Those mushrooms are delicious, I'm sure, but no way we can get enough volume to feed a Floretia. However, I see an algae stack on the way over. If we can get access... No more stealing, Eshe, PK sighs. I didn't say steal. She stares at them indignantly. If we can get access, we can work the stack. Harvest some algae for the Floretia. Those stacks churn out vast quantities in short timescales. And the repair components? PK asks tentatively. Eshe smiles. Just look around you, PK. This whole place is made of scrap. She shoots you a glance. I'm sure Sleeper has their sources. They can bring them right here. We get everything before time runs out. Perfect. We get most of it, and also good. Either way, in 12 cycles, I'm going to take what we have and go. But how will you get through? Eshe shoulders a container. I thought I'd leave that up to you, PK. They flinch. Are you serious? Eshe, I know we said we would help that. The flirtia, uh, but at what point? They stop. Take a breath. Take this seriously, Eshe. I don't know the first thing about breaching a quarantine cordon. Maybe not. Eshe looks at you. But they might. They slipped out from an Esmond art facility, didn't they? Plus, they've been here longer than us. You always tried to get me to find help. Well, here it is. She gestures at you. Help. PK glances between the two of you. I swear to, they sighed, I need to think this one through. Meet me at the cordon in a couple cycles, Sleeper. Maybe we can figure something out. Meanwhile, Eshe meets your eye. You can help me acquire the supplies discreetly. She smiles. We have to keep this quiet, keep Havenage out of the loop. Once they get suspicious, this is over for all of us. This all suddenly seems a little too real, too dangerous. You only just found your feet on the eye. This is not a time for causing trouble. Come find us. We'll be out there trying to pull this all together. Eshe goes to the back of the hold to start packing another container. PK, come help me. PK glances back at her. Sleeper, look. We didn't choose this either. They lower their voice. Help us finish this. We've set up a base camp on the Broken Spoke. You are welcome to rest there in any of the cots we work on this. They smile. We're in this together. PK, Eshe shouts. Eshe shouts, and they walk back into the hold to help with the container. As you leave the climbing briar, you look out at the broken edge of the ice ring where Havenish Courthouse blink with tiny red lights. What are you getting yourself into? Okay. The cordon. Let's see. Meet her in a couple. Right. And then what? Briar Base Camp. Okay, so just another place to sleep, it looks like. So, why does it have 2 minuses and 1 minus for... Oh, I get better sleep in certain places? Oh, hold on a minute then. Okay, what does it want me to do here? Do I come back or do I... Okay. I do scrap. Okay, I've got a scrap. A little scrapper. I was gonna look at the... Oh, what's going on here? Okay. Well, hack sensors. Reservoir is monitored by a web of sensors. Okay, so it looks like I need to siphon water, but I need to do it successfully, and I only have 4 tries. So I need better dice for that. And then this is the algae stack. Let's see what I need for this. It's risky, apparently. I think a 5 should do. And negative, right? Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna re-roll these. Oh, nice. Okay. So I'm gonna go here. And then I think do this one. Okay. A 6 and only gave me 1? That's lame. Okay. Let me look at my other spaces. So over here was -2 to energy, -1 to condition. And let's see if it's different. I don't know if it will be or not. This one, -2 energy, -1 to condition. I think the other one is the same too. -2 to energy, 1 condition. Okay. So I don't even know if that's what that means. I think it is what that means. Per cycle. Is the sunbathe perk different? So total of 4. Okay. 4. Okay. I'll go to sleep in my apartment, I guess. Better than a sleep container. I thought I would get better sleep here or something, but it's not showing me anything like that. That is an excellent roll. That is that is fantastic. Okay. Rabia. As you enter Rabia's office, you hear voices. Is that Sabine? You push open the door. Sleeper. What good timing, Rabia calls out as you enter. I wanted to introduce you to someone. The man is standing at the center of the room, speaking quietly with Rabia. He turns to you. He turns as you come in. Meet Yannick. Oh, the traitor. Oh, he looks kind of like a pimp. Look at him. Yeah, he's pimping. Sleeper, he nods. Been hearing good things from Rabbi. He smiles, an easy smile. Rabia? Rabia cuts in. The sleeper has been running patrols in the ward. They know how we run things. Yannick raises an eyebrow, his eyes concealed behind tinted glasses. You feel his stare, even if you cannot see it. Actually, Rabia places a hand on your shoulder. The sleeper was what I wanted to talk to you about. She doesn't spare you a look. What is going on? Well, okay then. Yannick tucks his hands into his pocket. Go on. Are we trying to get him? Are we like pranking him? We're gonna be like catch him on camera. We gotta record him. Put a wire on. I'd like to recommend you to the ward. A tiny pause. They have shown themselves to be a capable ally here on the spoke side, but we have more than enough to run our territories. I hear the main block is proving more difficult. Yannick leans forward slowly. It's a mess, Rabbi. He waits, his tinted glasses shimmering despite the lack of light in the unit. I can use them, he suddenly decides. Rabia smiles. Good to hear. I can immediately... Yannick cuts her off with a raised hand. 1 second. He steps one surprisingly light step closer to you. You eager to work, sleeper? What kind of work? A question. Yannick lowers his head and raises it again, as if he dropped something. Nothing new for you, he answers, not quite looking at you. You don't follow. What is he saying? That concludes it, Yannick pronounces. Sleeper, come work. Sleeper can come work in the ward anytime they like. You shoot Rabia a confused look. Okay. Rabia finally glances at you for a moment, but it's so fast you almost miss it. Good, I know you'll be happy with their work, Yan. Yannick reaches out and squeezes her shoulder. Sure, Rabbi, he says. Now please, he says, turning his face to you. Let us old friends get back to it. He guides Rabia away, leaving you standing alone. You look to Rabia, but she is deep in conversation, and so stunned and confused you leave. Shit, Rabia, what the fuck are you doing? I thought this guy was a traitor. And now you're like selling me for work or something? Like, what's going on? I mean, I know he said whenever I like I can go over there, but it doesn't feel optional. I gotta build trust. Okay, maybe I might be a mole. I see where things are going. Okay. I don't care about that right now. So I'm not really interested in that at the moment. Okay, not quite enough for those. Actually, I like having that visible. Okay. I can't mess that one up, so I think I'm going to... No, not that one. Not that one. This one. I already did it. I don't remember doing that. Does she do it on her own? She must, I guess. Okay. I'm gonna put all my dice into this. I just feel like doing that. I feel like kind of concentrating on one thing at a time now. Might as well just get it done, right? Especially with such good dice like this. I want to... Okay, 3 more times. Reroll. Couldn't get worse, I mean, so... Whatever, that's fine. We'll just get some data. Okay. There we go. Okay, I am hungry, but I don't have much to eat. Oh, do I send them? Let me go over and send them my fragments. I think that was something I need to do. So let's see. What was this one? This one? Oh, I gotta do 8 at a time? Shit, that's a lot. I need to do it 3 times. All supplies in the world are nothing without them. That's PK's plan. Might not be able to get all of them, but she would take what you get. Okay. What happens if I just sleep here? I don't feel like crossing over again. No, that's not what I... It's over here, right? I think it's this one. Yep, camp. All right. So, I don't have the dice to do that. That's okay. I'll have dice in the morning. Hopefully. I'm starving. Starving, man. So hungry. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I have 2 scraps. I'll use one of them. A little bit of a... I thought that was gonna... Damn it. Fine. I thought it would fill me up. That didn't even fill me up. Man, that's lame. As you leave, you find a note pinned on the outside of the door. It reads, Sleeper, there's something you need to see. Meet me at the cordon as soon as you can. Just keep heading around the ring until you hit the flotilla. I'll be waiting. PK. You pocket the note and glance around the corridor. Looks like you were doing this. Time to make a plan. Okay. Did she want me to meet her down here, or was she talking? What was she telling? What did she tell me? What is she telling me? Find Ashton. Find a nurturing grow bed for the seed. Wait, what did she say? What did she say to do? Do I go here? No. Oh, here we go. Sleeper, PK catches your attention from the shadowy corner they were leaning against. Any trouble getting up here? None. Good to hear. Come, take a look at this. They beckon you over to a nearby window, which looks across the ruined ring to the blinking red lights of the Havenish cordon. The cordon's temporary structures, a net of metal struts meant to detect and dissuade any ships from entering or leaving the flotilla, jut out into the black, and all around the tugs flit, securing them in place and tending to the red blinking drones that demark the quarantine. It's an impressive and worrying sight. What do you think? PK interrupts your thoughts. How would you get through this? Hard and fast. Use one of the tugs? As an escort, you mean? I doubt we could fit all the supplies on one of those tugs, but if it seemed like the Briar was being officially escorted through the cordon, PK squints at the red lights, but then we'd be stuck inside. PK turns away from the window and rubs her forehead. Eshe has really wrapped us up in something here, hasn't she? The question is spoken under their breath, and they don't seem to expect an answer. The silence grows. Maybe we try all... Maybe we try all 3? PK laughs. I like it. At least we should prepare as many ways we can. The way I see it, there are 3 parts to making it through that cordon. They gesture out the window at the strange structure. Deception, distraction, and speed. We'll need all of them for a clean passage through. Deception means tricking the cordon security into thinking that we are meant to be there. Maybe a tug escort would work. Anything that makes the Briar look official. Distraction, meanwhile, will be all about diverting attention so that no one looks too hard at what the Briar's doing. If we can create a gap in the cordon scanning and deterrent systems, that should keep them busy. Finally, speed will mean making sure the Briar is ready to roll. Perhaps we can do a little work on the ship to get her ready. Ashley surely wouldn't mind. They leaned back from the window. How does that sound? Good. Good to hear, PK grins. PK looks down at their slate. 10 cycles left. They glance out the window at the cordon nervously. 10 cycles to gather the supplies and to prep this plan. It's tight. Very tight. PK looks at you. If this goes wrong, PK sighs. Just get out, okay? They squeeze your shoulder. I'll follow Eshe anywhere, but you don't need to get dragged down with us. It won't come to that. PK brightens up a little. Of course, but keep it in mind. Let it go, PK stretches. Oh, let's get to it. How did I say let it go? That's... Okay, let's get to it, PK stretches. I'll tell Eshe about the improvements to the Briar and the rest. Let's explore the cordon as best we can and look for openings. I have no idea what guardian angel sent you to us, Sleeper, PK smiles, but I'm very glad they did. Aw, thanks. That's so sweet. So sweet of you to notice how great I am. Okay. Now I do think... Oh, we got the stray kitty. Hey, stray kitty. Xena. Xena. What are you doing? Where are you going? Xena. Well, I'm gonna go snuggle on the back of the couch. Xena. What are you doing? What are you doing? She like kind of wants to be on my lap, but she goes, that doesn't look secure. Okay. I gotta do that, but then I gotta... What do I need? Fragments, right? Where do I get fragments? The wastes? No, that's where I'm... No, it is. Okay. So I'm gonna see what I get from this. Scrap components. Okay. Let's re-roll. Oh, look at that. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all. One scrap component. One scrap component. Sure. One scrap minus energy. What can I do that earns scrap and cash? I don't know, actually. I'll just go back to the thing and get energy there. The camp or whatever. Okay. Okay, now I'm not starving, at least. Whoa, excuse me. Went to Longhorn Steakhouse tonight for my sister's birthday. I got the ribeye, which I wasn't impressed with. It wasn't all that good. I think it was just my cut, because they're usually pretty good. I hear that purring. I hear you. I hear you. What are you doing? Xena? She's a goofy kitty. Okay. Now I'm starving. Let's see. Got 3 scrap. How much do I give them 5 at a time, I think, right? 8 at a time, that's right. Shit. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna just be on the brink of starvation for a little while. 1. 1. 1. Okay, I'm going to... No, wrong button. Leave. Then I gotta go over here. So what does he give me? Is it gonna be worth it? The stories about Yadigan are brutal, but I want the truth. Viable. So what do I get? I don't know. Well, let's get... It's Havenage that I think is the 2. Yes. And the 3. Okay. I think I'll work at the bar. Actually, no. I'll work at the stacks. Because that's safe. And 4 is not a... Damn it, no. 4 is not a terrible number to roll for that. Safe. Cool. And I got money out of it, too. Oh, right. I was going to use that. Fuck. That's a lot. I don't want to have to spend so much. I'm going to starve. Life on the eye is tough. Look at how much I had to spend. Ridiculous. Okay, 2 more scrap. And then we do it another couple times. Okay. One scrap, 2 scrap, 3 scrap, 4. Just kidding, I only need 1. Okay. Now I'm gonna go over... Whoops. No. Over here. There you go. You look over the pile of scrap components laying in the briar. You look around. The bay is empty. Eshe and Piquet either elsewhere on the station or on the bridge a couple levels up. You begin sorting through the piles, separating out useful components and boxing them by use. You don't recognize everything you find, but before long you get into the rhythm of sorting. As you do, your mind starts to drift, your attention being drawn into the dark corners of the bay. The briar is in surprisingly good conditions, considering the Hawthorne and XPR must have been operating it for decades by now. The marks of care are everywhere, from the delicate patch jobs polished to meld into the original finish, or the carefully bound wiring running through the custom trunking. Eshe loves this ship, that much is clear. Something catches your eye in one of the dark corners, a matte black stack of crates you hadn't spotted before. They are sleek and compact, tucked away behind some of the bigger, more worn containers. Investigate. You put your components away and go over to the sleek containers. You run your hands across their textured surface, but there is little hint of what lies inside in the opaque metallic casing. Then you see it, a yellow symbol embossed onto the far side of the crate, a universal sigil used by spacers, corporations, and manufacturers alike. It's one of the ones you've seen throughout your lifetime as a sleeper, or as your time as a sleeper. Its meaning all too familiar. Explosive contents. You hear a hiss, and Eshe comes up through the bay lock. She barely registers your presence, nodding as she passes. Nodding at you as she passes. Sleeper, she busies herself with some task at the back bay. About the crates. Eshe doesn't turn around from whatever she is busy with. Just more supplies, Sleeper, just like everything else. You can't think of anything else to ask, but sense that the atmosphere was now somehow shifted. You quickly finish up the sorting and slip out, waving goodbye to her, waving goodbye to her back as you do. Okay. More scraps? Yeah, more scraps. Okay, now I don't do that, I guess. So, uh, nice. Okay, I will do this one. They're both risky. Nice. I don't know if that's how I... Is that how I get... Like, it's weird that I can't do that now. Maybe just that is how you do it. Maybe I go here now? I don't know. Well, I'm going to... Do I have any scrap? I don't. I am going to first sunbathe. Nice. Okay. And then I'm going to get... Oh shit, I won't be able to do both. You know what? I'll work at the noodle place. Wait a minute. Not the noodle place. What's a way to get... Now I'm trying to think. I think I'm just not gonna have... What do I get here? Gets rid of my energy. I don't think there's anything that adds to my condition. I think everything takes away from it. Maybe I'll do this. Okay. So I at least have a little cryo. Okay. And cycle. So I'm definitely not going to have all my dice tomorrow, but... Okay. Terrible roll. Re-rolling everything. Not a great roll either, but whatever. Okay. So let's see. I don't do anything here yet. I think it wants me to do this. So, sure. Nice. Okay, hopefully this will get me two. Just one. Okay. Should I risk the... You know what? Fuck it. We'll do it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Oh, nice. I got it. Oh, okay. Sabotage sensors. Okay. Gotta be successful. Also this one. I have to convince a crew. And this one. Sliced thrusters. Okay. And that goes towards the... I'm not sure now. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I think that might go towards her plan. I already re-rolled. So I'm gonna have to just go get some data. And I think then I'll have enough to give to the cordon dude. Oh, I think I've had enough. Yeah, I've had enough. Okay. those, but I do have enough of these. That's enough now, sleeper. I have other things to attend to. Wait, what'd I get? I got a stabilizer from him. Worth it. 100% worth it. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll save up the Havenage data and I'll sell the... Wait, no, wrong thing. I'll sell this one. There we go. Okay. I think I have enough. I don't think I can get ration. Nope, I can't get rations here anymore. Emphas? 12? But does he fill me up that much? Maybe I should... I think I should just work. Work and eat noodles. Oh, I can't do that. I gotta... That's right. Okay. Sure. Okay, almost fully there. So let's go back to the camp, just so I'm there for the morning. Use our stabilizer. Perfect. And now we end the cycle. All right, that's okay. So Cordon giving him the data is definitely worth it. I'm definitely doing that. Okay. Pretty good roll for today. I'm happy with it. Okay, so let's work at these ones. It's risky, therefore I gotta make sure I got it. Only one? That's lame. Okay. Oh my gosh, it only gives me one at a time? That's stupid. Oh well. Okay. I got 5 cryo in the process. Risky. I'm gonna reroll. Okay, alright. Dangerous. I don't want to do that one. How was this one? Risky. Almost done with it. Okay. I mean, I do still have... I haven't had any strikes. Damn it. Okay. Well. Alright. Get more data. Here we go. Alright. Let's go back. Now, I'm really focusing on this because let's see, how many cycles do we have left? We're like halfway through. I don't think I can... Yeah, that's still unavailable, which makes sense. I get it. Okay. And we're going to end the cycle. Okay, I'm pretty hungry. I'm gonna sunbathe. It didn't really do much, did it? Whatever. Okay, was it this one I'm almost done with? Yes. Okay. One more. Nice. PK is waiting for you when you slip out of the operations center, nervously poking at their small slate. Sleeper, they hiss. I followed you. I followed what you were doing on the network. Incredible work. How did you do that? It comes naturally. PK smiles. I can't tell if that's modesty or just the truth. Interfacing skills like that, it's almost worth being... They stop themselves. Sorry, I didn't mean Uh, don't worry about it. PK nods. Sorry. You and PK quietly slip into the main walkway and work your way back to the public area of the cordon. Havenage has had to quickly respond to the flotilla arrival, and that means a lot of contractors and spacers walk through these corridors. You blend in easily enough. I haven't really met a sleeper before, PK begins. As you might have guessed, they smile nervously, Hawthorne is an XPR service outpost, and since the collapse, no one came for refueling on or repairs anymore, so my generation has never met anyone outside the company. We heard about sleepers, they nod in your direction, from the data packets that come through the XPR every once in a while. They usually contain news along with the corporate propaganda, but the reports were light on the details. S and ARP have kept the sleeper program pretty quiet anyway. I think XPR are only interested in telling their employees about it because it made living in our company town look like a good life in comparison to being a piece of corporate property. They freeze. Sorry again, I don't mean they look down. I'm not sure how to talk about this stuff. Maybe don't talk about it? I'll just go, it's okay. PK smiles. I'll shut up about it now. You walk on a little further. The walkway becomes busier. You both relax a little more and you go with the flow of people. I just want to say, I think I understand. They begin again. Clearly, this has been on their mind. I understand the need to escape, to get free of it all. They laugh at themselves. The structures, the systems, the company horizons in a company town. They stare ahead. The small places, small corridors, small people, they look away. The slow death it brings. That's it. They turn to you. I get why you signed up to be a sleeper and why you escaped from that too. Stay silent. PK looks away. There's altogether too much running through your head, too much to say. You walk in silence again, each of you in their own thoughts, but moving together through space nonetheless. After a while, you come to the entrance to the cordon, where handfuls of workers and crews filter in and out through two huge loading bay doors. PK stops. Okay, they pause. I'm heading back to the Briar. Once again, incredible work on the sensors. That blind spot you created, that should give us a real advantage. See you soon. They head off, disappearing into the crowd almost immediately, outrunning their own nervousness. Yeah, you better run. Okay, so we're good there. I think... Oh, I can do this one. Okay, I was almost thinking that it wasn't going to have me do this yet. Nice. Those are good rolls. Okay. Dangerous. Risky. I don't want to do the safe one because that gives me too many strikes. Let's see what I need. Maybe this time around is something different. Oh. Action unavailable. Okay, well... Okay, let's just go ahead and do this, I guess. Good thing I checked. Okay. Okay, I think that should be good. I have a total for that. Dang. Okay. I thought that was just for each section. Or is it? Let me just check. It is. Shit. I gotta be careful. Okay. I am hungry. I do have money. Let me... Barter for food? Would that be good? Let's see what it gives me. Let's see if it's worth it. Emphas is better, I think. Okay. End cycle. Hopefully I won't lose more than 2 bars of my stability, and then we'll still have full dice. Nice, there we go. Okay. I don't love those numbers, but I can't afford not to use them. Okay. Uh, so we're gonna go ahead and do this one because this one's not dangerous. It's just risky. And hopefully, please. Okay, good. Nothing bad. Um, okay. Okay, good. I'm gonna re-roll. Oh, we got a 6. Perfect. Perfect. And then it's a 5, so fingers crossed. Okay, good. Oh, thank you. Okay. You meet PK leaning in a corner of the canteen in their typically unassuming way. It occurs to you as you approach that PK must have had some practice at staying invisible. All good? They look up from their slate. That crew you were talking to, they nod to the group leaving the cantina. Will they join us? Um, they'll do it. Nicely done. PK beckons for you to follow as they peel off the wall and head out into the walkway overlooking the cordon. Glad you were here to talk them into it. I never had much of a way with people, PK smiles, and looks away quickly as you walk. You and Eshe seem to do okay. PK laughs, the light and easy laugh. Eshe's not really like other people, which you've probably noticed. If only everyone was like Eshe. They fade off. Something drawing their attention. What I mean is, people have caused me a lot of trouble. I've had people hate me without knowing a thing about me. They tuck their hair behind an ear. I'm sure you know that feeling. I do. PK glances at you. Sorry to hear that. It marks you, am I right? I try not to think about it. PK nods. Don't let me make that any harder. PK leads you around a corner, heading back to the main corridor access way. I appreciate you coming in and helping us out on this sleeper. On talking to the crew and, well, maybe after this insane plan is done, we can talk properly. They keep looking ahead, and you realize they are nervous. I'd like that. PK smiles, looking down at their feet. That's settled then, they say to the floor. I better report the news to Eshe. We have ourselves a tug escort. PK stops at the intersection. See you soon, sleeper, and please take care. And with that, they drift away, their head down, their gait changing as they do, their practice invisibility shrouding them like a cape. I think she likes me. I think she's into me. What do you think? Do you think, do my teeth look dark? I don't, like when I, like this, they kind of look, whatever. It's just a shadow. I brush my teeth, okay? Almost every week. Okay, so done with that. Got that. I think we just might make it. If we had to do this, but why are we... Might not be able to get all of them, but Eshe will take what you can get. Needs food, water, and components. So, I think I need to go over... Oh, excuse me. Do I need to go... She mentioned the algae stacks. What does that do? Algae access. Reservoir. I'm almost... Okay. Okay, I think if I do that, that'll unlock those things. Alright, alright. Got it. Need to go back this way. Okay. I'm going to be starving next, and I don't think I'm going to have my full set of dice. Yeah. Scrapping would have been risky, so I don't think I would have wanted to do that. Well, we've only got a couple left. Well, more than a couple, but... Oh, self-repair. I thought I was at the other thing, and I'm like, why is it letting me do it now? I thought it was here. I'm like, why is it now letting me do that? Okay. I wonder if it purposely makes it so you can only accomplish one of those things. I hope not. I really would like to accomplish both. When did my computer unplug? My phone. I must have done it at some point, but I just don't remember. The computer, though, it's one of those magnetic plugs, so that definitely just did it by itself. When I say by itself, I mean I bumped it. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. That's why the screen went dim. I was wondering why that happened. Don't do that. Okay. End cycle. Only gonna have 5 days, not 6 tomorrow, but I mean next cycle. And I'm starving. That is a shit roll. That is not much better, but we're gonna take it. Okay. A rapid burst of movement catches your attention. A drone, its fins adjusting as it hovers in place, floats in the corridor. Hello? The drone shifts a little, but does not respond. The drone buzzes closer, and a voice gurgles out of its speaker, distorted and strange. Sleeper, come to the cordon. We need to speak. Okay. The drone clicks and whirls, and the recording starts playing again. Sleeper, come to the cordon. We need to speak. Inspect the drone. You move closer, and the drone bobs away to a safe distance. But as you do, you see the HA, a Habenage, emblazoned on its side. Could this be Fane's drone? Satisfied it has delivered its message, the drone rotates and accelerates away as rapidly as it arrived. You stare at it as it disappears from sight, hoping for some insight that escapes you. To the cordon, then. This one, right? Oh, okay. Oh, completely new place. As you enter the passage that leads through the cordon, a flash of movement catches your eye. The drone. It stops to make sure you've seen it, and then flits into a side passage leading to a set of narrow stairs. You climb up through a dark shaft, the drone stopping at each landing to check you are following. Despite its lack of expression, there's something overbearing about the way the drone waits, impatiently realigning its fins in sequence. After a long climb, you come out onto an observation platform. The cordon and the vast, ramshackle refugee ships beyond fill your vision. The scale seems impossible, and immediately you feel small and naive for even thinking you could affect this situation. Something shifts nearby. The drone again? A woman is standing at the window, at the edge of your vision. You aren't surprised you didn't notice her. She, too, seems impossibly small in the shadow of the flotilla. The drone buzzes by her shoulder, and she turns. Sleeper, sorry for the cloak and dagger nonsense, she nods at the drone, but I have never regretted being cautious. She smiles a tight smile and holds out a hand. I'm Helene. Shake her hand. The tight smile holds, but the drone keeps its single eye fixed on you. The effect is a little unnerving. Look, she glances around the empty observation deck as if checking for potential eavesdroppers. Let's be straight with each other. I know about your plans, and she cuts in before you can respond. I understand your motives. You look at her in her overalls, the yellow markers, the HA sigil. You've been on the eye long enough to recognize a Havenage member when you see them. Stay silent. She glances around nervously again and moves a little closer. This entire station, I'm not here to defend it. She glances back at the flotilla. No one is happy about this. Then release the flotilla. She sighs. How do you think this works? She pauses. Sleeper, tell me something. What does Havenage mean to you? A work in progress? Yeah. She smiles. Fair, I think. Havenage is used to being criticized in some ways we invite it. Our members are free to bring up grievances at any meeting, to propose new structures and approaches. She shifts her weight impatiently. As a counselor, it is my duty to listen to them. That is why I was elected by the members. We are an imperfect system, yes, and each counselor, each member, each representative can be flawed. And worse, she looks down. But we keep this place running. That is what we do. And the flotilla, she turns and looks out the clump of fractured ships. The flotilla is a problem. Can the eye take in thousands of refugees safely? I don't know. This place is a ruin, Sleeper. What do you think the council discusses? The price of Garoli? We make plans to keep this place spinning, to keep support working, to ensure. Helene's slate chirps, and a grim look passes across her face as she sees the notification. She looks tired. She looks tired. The screenlet casting her rigid expression in a pale glow. Sleeper, I didn't want to bring you here to explain how Havenage works. I came to talk about your plan to cross the cordon, breach the quarantine, and supply the flotilla. She looks directly at you. Stay silent. I know you think you are helping the flotilla, but you cannot do this. Right now, halfway along the ring, one of the countless series of debates are being held. These debates are to evaluate the potential harm that could be caused if the refugees of the flotilla are left to enter the station. These debates are at a standstill. Helene walks to the window. Too many in the Havenage Council think one of the flotilla as a threat. After recent events, a hardline group has emerged. Protective, selfish. They seek only to benefit the members. In their mind, the flotilla is a danger to life on the Eye. If you are caught crossing the cordon and breaching the quarantine, it will only strengthen the hardline counselor's case. Criminals who stole a ship from XPR undermined the security of the station. She shakes her head. It's exactly what they want. The refugees need supplies. They do, and that's exactly what I want to give them. But unless the quarantine is lifted through a fair process, they will never get them. She sighs deeply. And those XPR spacers you are running with, Sleeper, do you know anything about them? More than I know about you. She looks at you pleadingly. Let's change that, Sleeper. Why do you think some refugee flotilla came here now? Something is happening in the system. Something is pushing people out of colonies and outposts that we have survived since Solheim collapse. We need to be ready for whatever is coming, ready to protect the Eye. I know the Eye means something to you. I know there's a reason you are still here. Help me protect it. Helene fixes you with a strong look. Persuade those spacers that this is the wrong move, and they will get caught, and the flotilla will be locked down. That Havenage will be delivered into those with the worst instincts. Forget this suicidal supply run with people you barely know. Help me fight for the Eye. Stay silent. Helene looks at you, hoping for some kind of response. Don't offer up the excuse the hardliners need to lock the flotilla out altogether to persuade the members they are the safest pair of hands. She looks at you imploringly. Please. You look back at her and flotilla behind and sense a desperation in her plea. A notification breaks the silence. Shit, she rapidly scrolls through pages of data. Sleeper, I need to go. She looks torn. Think about this, please. Talk to the spacers. Help them see reason. And she quickly leaves the observation deck before you have time to respond. You stay for a moment, watching the lights of the tugs and the flotilla, and wonder what it feels like to be one of those ships so close to your destination and yet so far from it. And then you think of Havenage Council Chamber across the Eye, where the right of these people to find safety is being debated. You shiver, and then you two are gone, back into the stairwell and the cold dark below. Shit, okay. Alright, so I want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Do I have any points? No. I am trying to get them supplies. Maybe you'll tell me. Does it tell me here? Eshe and Pique need help gathering supplies for the refugee flotilla quarantine past the waste. Will you help them? So they're quarantined past the waste. But they want to break quarantine so that they can... What do they want to do? Hold on. Okay. Join the hyphen community, improve the overlook, grow. Yannick. Seed. Escape the cordon. Prepare for the run. Do I not have an option to talk to them? I only have 2 cycles left. I think. And that's a really bad roll. I don't know if this is going to happen. Okay. So right now, cordon operations. You've created a blind spot which will appear. Okay. And I'm trying to get here. Uh, okay. I don't know if I fully understand this. So we have these refugees that are past the wastes. No one goes here and they're in quarantine. So that in itself says they are not in a threat. But it sounds like we're taking them out of quarantine. But I thought we were like, look at it, we got those ships here. I thought we were getting them off. I thought we were giving them supplies and then sending them on their way. So I am slightly confused. Am I able to talk to them? Is there anyone I can talk to? Is there anyone I can speak with? I need the manager, please. I don't think I'm understanding the situation correctly because that doesn't sound like it's a problem. It sounds like we're trying to breach quarantine. I'm pretty sure. But why? What would breach quarantine? Because aren't we just getting them supplies and then sending them on their way? Or is that the thing that's not good? No. Well, when am I going to be able to talk to them again? Am I going to have to be prepared and then tell them? Be at the ready and be like, wait a minute, but do you want to do this? That seems stupid. Because we'll look at it from each perspective. So, if I understand correctly, they are past the wastes. No one uses this, and they are in quarantine, which in that saying that leads me to believe that that's a legal quarantine that the eye has subjected. But at the same time, it also sounds like no one knows they're here. So I'm not sure how that works, but in quarantine, I thought the plan was to get them supplies and get them out of here. I think I'm missing something there because if the plan is to gather supplies and get them out of here, then the only issue I would see is just gathering those supplies. However, I think the eye would bounce back from whatever supplies we were to steal/take. So I don't think that would turn into an issue. If we're breaking quarantine and we get caught, we would create an issue with havenage because unfortunately we have to think of government because this is a civilization. Actually, is it considered a civilization or is it just a... I'm not sure what it is. It's kind of small, so I don't know what you'd call it, but it's a group of people who are governed. And we have a law system that's on here. And you can't bend the rules for certain people. The only thing you can do is discuss and form the rules. Or, like we go to the board and say, okay, we have a situation where these people need help, but typically we're not allowed to do this, but I think in this case we should. And they go, okay, due to circumstances, that's allowed. That kind of like help or negotiation. Not breaking the rules, not bending the rules. We're just catering to a certain thing, which the law should do. It should have a little bit of wiggle room that with everybody in agreement and in the loop should be able to decide. Helene seems like a very reasonable person. I mean, it's her job to make sure things like this don't happen. I only just met her, but I also don't like that Eshe has explosives in the supplies. That also concerns me. But that makes me think that if I try to stop it, she's going to go ahead and use the bombs instead of going with our original plan. And that would be bad. So, and it doesn't look like I can talk to anybody. It looks like I'm just going to have to finish up, hopefully get enough supplies to finish, the plans, as we can see here. Got, how many more cycles? 3 more. Excuse me. 3 more cycles and 3 more plans to do. Yeah, so I'd have to get 1 done each cycle. I don't know if that's going to happen. I really don't know if that can happen. So maybe we just don't even, maybe we can't even do it anyway. She'll make her run to the flotilla. The better prepared she is, the better the result will be. Okay. So if we are breaking a quarantine, which when I hear that, I don't know if this is completely correct. That means you have medically unchecked people that are entering a system where the system guarantees safety and health and informed decisions. So letting people on without getting checked on, breaking them out of quarantine without that would be violating something for the people who live there already. And that's where you would have to have like conditions changed, things. And I think they're only in a rush because they want to get out before anyone finds out. But if we do this the right way, maybe you don't have to rush. You can just keep them here, pass the waste. We'll give them like supply. I don't know. We're going to just see how this plays out because it doesn't look like I have a choice anyway. So let's go over here and do one of these things. So either the reservoir or the algae. So water's important. And that's dangerous, but I have... Okay, please. I mean, I do have 4 strikes. Damn it! I had a feeling I was going to do that. Okay. These are really bad rolls. Damn. Okay, that's dangerous. What's this? It's risky. But it doesn't look like I can get any points off. So let me do that. Maybe that means this isn't one of the things I need to do then, though. No. Okay. Okay. So I need 2 more here. Oops. Oh, wait. Do I need this too? No, I don't. The reservoir. I need 2 more there. Okay. That's 4 dice so far, which I could get done in a cycle if I get a good roll. And then I have, so that would get me through the cycle. I don't need to do that one. I don't need to do that one. I think I have 1 more. This one. Which I need 3. Okay. All right, we might be able to pull this off. But I need. Okay, I need. How much data do I have? I don't know how much it'll sell for, but I don't think it'll be enough to get a stabilizer. Hmm. Okay. Because then I won't have. Actually, no. I only get 5 dice. What was I thinking with 6? Uh, I think I'm gonna have to go another cycle with just 4 die. Unfortunately, I'm not in a great position. Um, I probably should get some food. I'll go to Memphis. Okay. Buy his. Oop. Okay, buy his food. It's 20% off. Got a discount. Okay. Betsy, stop. Thank you. Okay. No upgrade point. No upgrade points. Upgrade points. Okay. I don't have scrap. I don't have dice. And cycle. Okay. All right. Okay. Ooh, what's going on? Sleeper, PK is waiting for you when you leave, but they look different, pale, drawn out. You need to come up to the Briar now. They don't meet your eye. What's happened? Not here, PK hisses. Come to the ship. We'll be waiting. PK walks away. Don't take too long. Oh, don't take long. And with that, they disappear around the corner, leaving you anxious and confused. Oh shit, does she know? As you walk into the climbing briars, cavernous bay, now filled with crates and containers, Eshe is waiting for you. Oh shit. In front of her, sliced open, with its inside scattered across the top of a heavy-duty crate, is an object you recognize. Helene's drone. You freeze. Come in, quick. PK nudges you in the bay, looking behind you before sealing the entryway. We have to start being careful. You move close to the container, your eyes on the drone, splayed out in pieces, some parts of the hooked up to a slate that PK picks up and begins tapping away at. Eshe looks up from the dissection. We caught it buzzing around nearby, heading for the ship. She leans over and taps the HA sigil on one of the removed pieces of plating. It's Havenage Spy. We think we got it before it sent data back, but we can't be sure. PK looks at you nervously. Eshe cuts in. Have you noticed anyone watching you? Any drones like this? Anyone following you up to the Briar? Okay. This is where things get complicated. If I was just talking with PK, that would be a little different. But Eshe, she is not very reasonable. I don't want to tell her because she's going to go and blow something up. She has explosives. So, I tell him. Eshe gets pissed. PK probably does too. They go, well, we gotta go along with our plan now. I say, no, I haven't. Later. I mean, if I shake my head, then I'm not saying anything. I had a twitch. I shake my head, okay. PK goes back to tapping away at the slate, unplugging and replugging cables into the memory core of the drone. I don't like this thing sniffing around. Eshe pokes at the drone. If you see anything like this, tell us immediately. Sleeper, we have to be on our toes now. Wait, PK suddenly holds up a hand. Images appearing on their oh fuck. Their eyes lighting up with the glow. I've got access. All the recordings the drone has made. Fuck, I should have said, damn it. It seems like the drone clears its cache every couple cycles, but the recordings from previous cycles are still... PK stops mid-sentence. They look up and meet your eyes. You immediately know what they've seen. Shit. As she crosses them and takes the slate, her reaction immediate. She silently turns the slate around to face you, and there you are on the screen, stood in observation deck, talking to Helene. Eshe's jaw clenches. What is this, sleeper? Have you understood nothing from what we've told you? She paces in front of you. Havenage are not your friends. They are administrators, which means they are interested only in their own power, their own survival, their own causes. They divide people as easily as sorting livestock. The greater good of their work demands it. The wider project of the station, the colony, the nation. Her eyes are wide and she speaks, her anger barely contained. She wants to help. Eshe laughs. Help what, sleeper? Undo the mess of her own creation? She only wishes to placate you? So you'll compromise. So you'll do what is acceptable, not what is right. She's just a counselor. Let me tell you something, sleeper. Eshe says, let rage harden into pain. Or her rage harden into pain. Oh, Eshe says, her rage hardening into pain. When people become administrators, they give up something. Some part of being human, being an equal among others, goes away. They start talking about the greater good, the systems, the way in which their hands are tied on their process compromised. My mother was the administrator of Hawthorne, and I have seen what it did to her. That noble high calling, it is toxic. People should never have the chance to decide the fate of others, and those that do so at the cost of their humanity. PK tries to cut in, but Eshe holds up a hand. Eshe, don't be a bitch. Don't start, PK. Don't ask me to be reasonable or calm down. Thousands of people are desperate out there. Being reasonable will only prolong their suffering. Hailing can help. Eshe turns away. I'm done with this. You're risking this entire supply run just by being here. She walks back into the bay and starts checking the straps of the crates. I go next cycle. We don't need you anymore. Get out. Sleeper. PK looks torn. You have to understand, this is personal for Eshe. Helene warned me. PK tenses. Warned you? Warned you? What, sleeper? Okay, well, getting caught will be bad, or we shouldn't do the run. So if I say getting caught will be bad, it would be like, okay, yes, this will be really bad if we fuck it up. If I say we shouldn't do the run, I think getting caught would be bad. Yeah. You don't think we know that? PK looks tired. You glance around the bay at Briar, the walls seeming closer every second. This whole thing is closing in on you, and the question is, where do you want to be when it all collapses? You look at PK. And what do you think, sleeper? PK rubs their forehead. Should we do this thing or not? I mean, not right now. Not when Eshe wants to. I don't know is just such a vague answer. I don't want to say that because I do know. I think we should, but we need to wait. No. PK grimaces. I was worried you'd say that. To be honest with you, sleeper, I'm not sure how we got here. I mean, I know what we did, but it is like the universe shifted under us. One moment we were escaping Hawthorne, and now we are here. I have no idea what's coming. They look at Eshe. But do you see her? They look back at you. She knows how we got here. She's driving this thing forward, and they pause. She saved my life. So if your answer is no, I'm going to need you to stand back and get out of our way, because wherever she goes, that's where I follow. Don't do this. PK smiles weakly, their eyes glistening. You can't ask me to do that, sleeper. You can't. I mean, I'm in. Peak nods. Okay then. They squeeze your shoulder. Onward. They slip away to help Eshe, leaving you alone to replay the conversation in your head. A certain kind of grim determination settling in the room. Last chance to prepare. Okay, well, Eshe's a bitch, and it's like, we're doing this now. Get out. But then PK's like, okay, you can help. I can't keep myself stable and fed if I have to keep doing this project for this whiny bitch? Motherfucker. I don't like these sort of things because it's just, there's too many ways you could go about it so that, like, all three options are not okay for me. Like, there's a different option that I would have preferred. That's where these sort of storylines can get tricky because then it pisses me off because I have no option that I'm okay with. Uh, but you can't, you know, it's tough to have a game like that. You can't have games like that. It's difficult. Okay, so you know what? Fuck Eshe. We're gonna go with her thing, even though it's really dangerous. But maybe. Oh, I don't have anything for it. Oh shit. Okay, I get to reroll. Please, please, please. Oh, good. Oh my gosh, good. Thank you. Okay. I still don't have enough for a cycle. Look at that. It's half-assed. I can't do any better for you. Should I just get them in trouble? I don't think I can do that by that time anyway. I only have one die left. Risky. Dangerous. Okay, what was this one? Risky, but I don't have any bad things that can happen. We'll do it. Okay, good. I'm doing your thing, Eshe, even though you're a bitch. An unreasonable bitch. I don't give a fuck about your personal feelings. You're in charge of a huge group of people. You need to be smarter for their sake. Because now this isn't about them, it's about you. I said it. You're turning this into something about you. I'm starving. I'm starving! I am dying out here. What's she threatening for? There was one more cycle left anyway. She's just spewing nonsense at me. Okay, so I can put 3 guarantees basically into that, and then I only have 1 for this one. Only have 1 for either this. It would have to be the other one, because this one I won't be able to get enough for. I'm gonna do this one, because I want to see if it actually puts a thing in her thing. Let's see. No. Okay. It did not. I thought that's what it was gonna do. I guess that was not the one I thought it was. Shit. Okay, well, got these. Wasted a die. Maybe get lucky and get 2? Nope. Okay, please. Please. Please, just 1 more. Give me a strike 2. Oh, thank God. Damn, okay. PK grins as you pile the ion thruster sets onto the motorized trolley in a derelict loading bay. I borrowed this from Eshe. I barely know how it works. They seem giddy at the idea of stealing the ship parts from Havenage. Um, I thought you worked for XPR. I did, but not as a repair tech. They help you heave the thruster into position. My specialty was computer systems. I mostly worked on keeping the protocols that run the refueling platforms from totally decaying due to the lack of use. There is a load of platforms in orbit of the moon Hawthorne is on, and Cinder itself. Eshe and I end up having to head out to them regularly to work on them. Sounds like hard work. Are you kidding? BK smiles. This was the best job at Hawthorne. You get assigned a ship, you get to leave the colony for a bit. So much better than outpost maintenance or canteen work. Only reason we got assigned it was that Eshe's mother is the administrator of Hawthorne, and Eshe managed to get my name on the list too. PK looks for the trolley's ignition. Eshe is always saving me. They watch the switch and hit it, and the trolley starts whining. PK looks at the thrusters. Eshe will install these. The Briar is her baby, really. PK looks towards the bay exit. Truth be told, I was surprised she could bring herself to take it from her mother. Losing a ship, that has to have hurt the colony. How many does the Hawthorne have? 4, well, 3, now that the climbing Briar has gone. PK tucks their hair behind one ear. One barely runs, so I manage they'll have to reduce the number of fuel platforms they can actively maintain. PK frowns for a second and then shakes their head. Anyway, screw 'em. PK shuffles the trolley out of the bay into the corridor. They'll manage without the Briar, no choice. PK smiles, and I have to admit, I'd love to have seen her face when she saw we had gone. PK pauses. Don't tell Eshe that. They walk on quietly, lost in their memories of Hawthorne. Okay, I think I can manage the rest. PK brushes their hair out of their face. You've done more than enough this cycle. PK looks over the thrusters. Once these are fitted, the Briar will handle better than ever. You might even get a thank you from Eshe. PK laughs. Doubtful. They head off into the corridor, the trolley whining its high-pitched whine. See you soon. Okay. Oh, I have a fragment. I can at least have a... Yeah. Okay, so... Nice. I only get like 1, though, I think. Yeah, okay. That barely did anything. I should have just saved it, sold it or something. Okay, well, nothing else I can do. At least I have the perk where if I'm starving, I still have... Or if I'm unstable, I still have dice or whatever. She's gone, Sleeper. PK is breathless and shaking. She started the run without us. Shit. Let's go. If we head to the cordon now... PK starts back up the corridor. They turn back. She has to make it, Sleeper. She has to. A shiver runs down your spine. Eshe, I hope you know what you're doing. Little bitch. Drive failed. I wonder why. Am I supposed to be surprised? Wait. Starving per sec. Oh. Yeah, I know I am. So what now? Scrape the cordon? What's that mean? Scrape the cordon. Where's that? No. Oh. You arrive, frantic and anxious at the cordon. PK is nowhere to be seen. Then you hear footsteps hammering on the metal stairway. Helene's drone led you through before, the one that leads up to the observation deck. You leap up the stairs 2 at a time and make it up to the top. Man, 2 at a time? I'm a strong person. Momentarily blinded by the light pouring into the observation deck. That's a power move, you know, going 2 steps up at a time. That's a power move. Sleeper, PK emerges from the light. I know she is trying to protect me, but it's okay, she chose. What was she thinking? She was always planning this, I know it. They turn away. How could I have not seen it coming? There she is. PK rushes to the wide window, leaning forward to catch a glimpse of the climbing briar's blue XPR livery against the black of the void. You spot the climbing briar, a giant glint of blue and white, and beside it, the red glare of a tug's lights. The tug crew went with her. PK smiles. I knew they would keep their word. Silence. Stay silent. You watch as the briar and its tug escort arc down towards the edge of the cordon. Demarcated by the red light of the parameter system. So far, so good. The briar will just look like another refugee ship being escorted into the cordon, at least at a glance. I don't remember. Did I finish that? I think I did. PK grips the rail as Eshe reaches the edge of the cordon. That invisible net of sensors splayed between ships and drones. Now let's hope the blind spot triggers. You think back to the mess of systems you had to wade through to set it up. The delicate contingencies you set up to trigger the sensors black out at just the right moment. Without noise, without ceremony, the briars slides through the cordon. You await the flickering of alarm lights, the swarming of drones, but nothing. Just another cycle, just another ship. Eshe is in. Both you and PK let out the breath you've been holding in and laugh. How did she do it? We did it. PK smiles wider. Yes, we did. They laugh. You feel a little shaky from the tension, but PK's ease helps you settle. You imagine Eshe steely-eyed in the pilot seat of the briar, searching for a place to dock. Maybe being stubborn has its advantages. What now? Now she finds a place to dock and unload as quietly as possible. They look out at the flotilla, and then she gets the hell out of there. You and PK turn back to the window, looking at the briar again amongst all those hulls. The calm fading as new worries settle in. You spot the briar first this time, docking with the largest of the flotilla ships, a vast converted tanker, half of its protective plates removed. You think about the effort it must have taken to get that thing all the way here from the inner system. You watch the briar, unable to get any sense of progress from its placid exterior. They will be offloading everything now, PK says, both assuring you and themselves that everything is going to plan. You cringe a little at the idea of how empty the Briar's Bay was when Eshe left. It was the best you could do with the time you had. Yeah, if you let me work a little more, maybe you would have had more, Eshe. But it's hard not to imagine how things could have gone better. If you waited a little bit longer, maybe one more cycle, 2. But now is not the time for regrets, and an offer of something will be very welcome, no matter how small, given the situation. You focus on that as you watch the briar and continue the nervous wait for it to finish unloading. It's breaking off, PK points at the briar, and you see the puff of air and dust that accompanies an emergency depressurization. Eshe must have ended things early, but why? Then you see them, the tugs closing in on the briar. Havenage must have spotted the ship. You and PK are up against the window again, willing the briar a safe path out of the flotilla. Suddenly the briar shifts in space, a blue blur between two hulls. PK whistles. Look at that. They smile at you. Looks like those upgrades we put together work. You watch as Eshe cuts through the crowded flotilla, the tugs not daring to follow her dangerous path and peeling away. It's hard to keep track of the briar. And suddenly both you and PK are searching the black for a sign. Where has she gone? Then all of a sudden she is out, blue against the black, pulling away from the cordon on wide arc back towards the station, a clean run. I thought it said that the run failed. PK cheers and smiles at you. We did it, she shouts. They beam uncontrollably at you, the tension released. You find yourself smiling too, smiling at these two beautiful idiots and their beautiful ship. Then PK is hugging you, squeezing you with all the nervous energy that has been building. Thank you, Sleeper. We did all this together. They step back, still smiling. We did something. Continue. Come on, they rushed out to the observation deck. Let's meet her. Yeah, let's get whatever. Stupid bitch. Where is she? Okay. You and PK rush into the briar, finding yourselves in the now empty bay. The change is a reminder of what you achieved, and looking around, you feel all the more satisfied. A hiss sounds at the far end of the bay, and Eshe enters, looking exhausted. PK runs up to embrace her, but she sits down on the bay floor because before they reach her. You did it, they sit beside her. Eshe, you were incredible. She smiles a small smile at this, laying her head on PK's shoulder. You suddenly feel like you are intruding, seeing the two of them like this, quiet and content. Sleeper, PK calls. Come on over. You cross the bay and sit beside them on the hard metal floor. Eshe, PK says. Did you give the flotilla our chairs? They both burst out laughing at the ridiculousness of it all. Oh, at the exhaustion and the worry and everything else. You laugh too. It is impossible not to. And after a while, you all come to a stop, PK wiping their eyes and Eshe shaking her head. You would have loved to see it, Sleeper, Eshe says quietly, the welcome I got. They came to greet the ship once I docked to unload the supplies. I told them I was coming, of course, as soon as I got inside the cordon, but there were so many children, families. They were smiling at me, shaking my hand. Sol was there too, PK, and he's just at gruff as he sounds over comms. She smiles. Eshe looks away, but there were so many, and we managed to bring so little. They made me promise I would try to come back. Eshe, PK shakes their head. You know we can't do that twice. Eshe stands up. What are we supposed to do? Wait for them to lift the quarantine? She is angry again, that familiar tension raising in her voice. Oh, God. PK tries to pull her back down. Sit, Eshe, rest. You have done enough for today. Don't, PK. I know my limits. Eshe hardens. Okay, well, seeing as they didn't catch you, perhaps they will lift it. They know the flotilla poses no danger now, and if they can account for the extra load on the life support. Eshe walks away towards the ladder that leads up to the upper part of the ship. I need to rest, PK. She holds up a hand. Sleeper. Then she limps up the ladder, step by painful step. She just said that she knows her limits, and now you're going to rest? And you were just giving her shit about that you didn't need to? I'm afraid if you were expecting a change in Eshe's demeanor, PK smiles at you. At least she's honest. PK nods. I think I need some rest too. They put a hand on your shoulder and get up from the floor. We couldn't have done this without you, Sleeper, and I know those in the flotilla would thank you too. Go rest. PK limps up the ladder too, leaving you alone on the metal floor of the bay. Your thoughts drift to all those people on the flotilla sleeping and sitting on metal floors like this, children, families, playing in cargo bays, and repurposing fuel tanks. You know their story isn't over yet, and you look forward to meeting them. The quarantine will lift. You feel more sure of this fact every moment, even though you aren't sure why. You lie back on the metal and stare at the ceiling. What was it Fang told you? Erlin said. The eye opens for us all. Maybe the old guy was right. A home for the lost. You like the idea of that. Maybe in time you can make that a reality. But something is bothering you. A sliver of a thought, like a splinter you can't extract. Why are thousands of refugees coming here now? People don't abandon their homes for nothing. What wave is rushing through the system? And when will it reach the eye? You shudder on the cold metal floor and get up. Something is coming. You can feel it. This isn't over. Oh, good. Goody. Okay, only one. I went through all that shit and I only get one upgrade point. Complete. Their first part. Oh yeah, there's 3. Refugee begins when. Okay, so I got 3 cycles, and then what's done is done. Now all you can do is wait to see what happens next. Okay. Well, I need to tend to my body because I'm dying, so I think I'll work. Hold on a minute. I want to see what's up with these. Yeah, see, the reservoir's gone. And so is the other thing. The algae stacks. But it didn't show me that anything happened with it. Before I leave, I want to see how far I've progressed with these things. I don't think this is something that needs progression. Nope. This doesn't, I don't think. Nope. This doesn't, I don't think. No, it does. It does. That's right. And it has a lot of spots. So that's like one of the last things I'm worried about. This one, I'm like halfway through. So I mean, I could do that. Maybe next cycle. Search for sigils. Oh, right. And then I gotta find Ashton Waste, and that's where I get scrap. And then what happens here? Briar Base Camp. This is just my space. Cordon. That's right. Okay. Let me go to the noodle shop and make noodles and fill my belly with it at the same time. It's kind of like when you go blueberry picking. I like to go in the morning before I've had any food, and then I go and I eat the berries there and have my fill, and then I bring them back. You know, I have the ones I picked that I bring back. It'd be kind of shitty if I went there and only ate them and didn't buy any, but I buy it, so I don't think it's a problem. It's not like I'm not paying for, it's not like I'm not a customer. Okay, I got cryo and energy. How much data do I have? I won't have enough for cordon, so I'm gonna have to cordon bleu. So I'm gonna have to. How am I gonna get enough money? Oh, that's wrong. Oh, I can't even do that with him anyway. 13 and 4. Is that one ship still here? Is it docked? It is not. That one is not either. I must have missed it. Yeah, I missed it. Was the Stacks the good place? What's this one? How's this one? This one's okay. It's dangerous, but I got 5. I think it's fine. Watch me get something really negative. Ooh, nice. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna have enough, though. I don't have a choice. I need to... Halfway there. All right, let's re-roll. Perfect. Exactly what I was hoping for. Excellent. Thank you so much. At least I can use it for this. Shit. Okay. Well, he isn't taking any more of my... Which ones is he not taking? He's not taking the Yatagan ones, the ones that are the knife. So, I'll sell those. Wait, no, they're down here. Oh, they don't even take the other one, so never mind. Okay, what do I get for it? Okay. Am I gonna have enough? I think I'm gonna be short by... Yeah, I'm short by 5. Motherfucker. Short by 5! Okay, well... I can't feed the kitty tonight, unfortunately, so I might as well go to my empty container. Don't have any of that. Alright. Gotta recover. Ungrateful Eshe, the bitch. I was starving for days. Okay. I'm going to go back to the noodle place. Oops. Back to get noodles, because I get cryo and energy from this. So this is perfect. And there we go. I have enough. Oh, and that was a lot of energy too. Okay. 64. Oh, I had 20% off. I forgot about that. Whoops. Oh, well, I'm good now. Okay. Let's get myself stabilized. I just want to get that done. You know, honestly, I don't think the self-repair even is worth it. I think if maybe I kept up on it daily, then it would be. So that means I just have to get scrap daily. I don't think I'm gonna sunbathe. I'll just do something that gives me energy. So no, that one's dangerous. Okay. Okay. I don't think this one was anything to. No. That one up there is up at the hub above me. It doesn't really give me anything. I think it's just gonna unlock locations up there, but I don't really care about that right now. I kind of just need to get a little bit more cryo in my pocket and energy. What do I get here? I think I might get energy here. Let me just see. I think that's the only thing other than the aviary. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's safe, so I'm okay with it. Did I get any energy? No. Okay, well now I don't have to pay as much for my stabilizer. Kind of forgot I got discounts. Yeah, okay. What do we got? Communist? Don't call me that. You head down into Haifa compound, following a blue painted line like it that is labeled laboratories. The member you were assigned to work with told you they'd ask you, to, they'd ask to see you, but you still have no idea what about. The line takes you to the blue door and through to a glass roofed chamber where a network of stems and leaves filter the sunlight coming through the ceiling, casting the whole chamber in a strange yellow green. There's a sun nearby? I don't think there is. I don't know what sunlight they're talking about. Oh, I got my energy filled. Peaceful, isn't it? Distracted by the green. You missed the woman standing at a lab bench, camouflaged by the dappled light. Welcome to my sanctuary, she smiles. Come, let's talk, she says and beckons you closer. Who are you? Of course, my apologies. She offers a hand to shake. I'm Rico. I run the botany program at Haifa. What's Haifa? She looks surprised. You've been working in the compound for a while now. I'm surprised you don't know more. She lifts a tiny sample jar. Yellow spores dance inside. Haifa lives off the land of the Greenway. It's what allows us to live like we do. No one here pays or is paid. We sleep. I'm pretty sure I got some money, so that's a lie. Although maybe that was not part of their commune. Anyway, we sleep here. We feed each other. We work for each other. Rika walks away from the bench and waves for you to follow. She opens a small door and leads you down a glass corridor surrounded by vivid green. All this, she says, gesturing at the overgrowth, it's a kind of miracle. She looks at you with bright eyes. What do you think usually happens to plants on stations like this when they are abandoned? It's probably a trick question. They keep growing. If only that was true. Fuck. I should have. I thought she was gonna be like, no, life survives, life goes on. I wanted to get ahead of her, but apparently not. If only that was true. No, they do not. They dry up, and then they die. She leads you left at the crossroads, but here they endured. She smiles to herself. Okay, so I was like half right. Actually, no, they thrived. You look at the bright tendrils wrapped around the metal frames of the corridor. They look dominant, strong. They like they are taking control of this place. Rico continues. Of course, Solheim tried to create a stable biosphere here, patchworking the surface with gardens and algae tanks that feed into a network of microbial reclamation systems. But the Greenway was always envisioned as extractive, a place from which the harvest is removed and sold to those living on the station, not a closed loop. For this reason, when the collapse came, the Greenway should have gone with it. Erlin himself was so convinced of it that his first colony never even came here to try to reclaim it. The Eye instead relied on outside favors and influences, shipments from the inner system, and small-scale agricultural systems like kelp and fungal farm stacks. And yet here we are, among growth and decay, a biosphere flourishing. When Haifa came here, we expected to find only vacuum-dried stalks and leaves, and perhaps some fungal colonies hidden in the mulch. But we found a jungle. With this, Rico hits a button on the wall, excuse me, and leads you through a large pair of double doors into a huge, impossible chamber. It is every kind of green, from the pale algae tanks to the dark vines that surround them. It is wet too, a rarity on the eye. Condensation clouds the light from the high glass roof and gathers on the shiny, broad leaves of shrubs. How? That is exactly our question. Rico turns to you, visibly excited by the room you're both standing in. It doesn't make sense, but in many ways the system has stabilized. Unlike the farm stacks closer to the gap, who needs input to support their meager output, this place runs itself. Perhaps Solheim managed something new here. Perhaps they tweaked the plants or built new systems buried deep below us. Or perhaps their collapse caused some fortunate cascade, an unlikely chemical reaction within the biosphere. That's what I'd like you to help me find out. She turns to you, her forehead wet with dew. Aren't you the botanist? Astutely noted, but I don't need a botanist. Rico sits on a railing. These halls run deep, sleeper, and I'm getting old. She stamps her foot on the metal grating of the walkway. Whatever is causing this, it's to be found in the grooves deep in the greenway. Haifa won't spare anyone for an expedition. It's too dangerous and unnecessary, they say. I can make the case, but I can't get the votes. You sleepers are hardy beings, I know that much, and you can speak to the eye. Uncover its secrets in a way I never can. She holds out an arm so I can help her stand. Bring me samples, spores, seed, and blooms. I can grow them in a lab and study them. The deeper they are found, the better. And if I don't want to, as I pull my hand away as she grabs it to stand up and stumbles forward. I made that up. If you're not reading along. Then go on sleeping in the dorms and eating in the canteen. I can't make you. Rico leads you back out the huge chamber and through the passages. She is a little slower now and stumbles on the steps. Oh, now she's playing the old lady. I need help. You help her where you can. It's good to have a new blood in the commune, she says. Many of us have been here a long time, and few come through. She settles back on her bench in the lab, stretching her legs. You go to leave. Come back if you find something, sleeper, she calls. There are discoveries to be made, and you follow the blue line back out of the compound, all the time thinking of that impossible magical green. Okay, what's this? Okay, I can safely sunbathe. Oh, I have a new place. Okay. I don't know what this does. I think it just makes it easier so I don't have to go across the map, but honestly, it's not like it's that big of an inconvenience to do it. Deliver spores. Okay. I got to do 3 of those. And that's in the wilds? Spores, right? No. Betsy, stop. She just keeps licking and she won't stop. This is tracking. I thought I was tracking him in the waist. No, that's where you get the scraps. That's right. The commune? Is that where I get them? I don't feel like it, though. I don't want to help. I think I'll just let everyone else handle it. Where am I supposed to get the spore? Oh, mushrooms. Betsy, stop. Yeah, there they are. Okay. Alright, well, off to bed, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Is it only 1 or do I have 2? I have 2! Nice. Okay, this is the last one. Oh. And now we just have to add the modifiers. Man, we're almost totally upgraded. Okay. End cycle. That's a good roll. Finally, I'm getting good rolls. uh, will I get good energy from sunbathing? Let's try it. Nice, perfect. Okay, now I don't have to worry about that. I have to collect spores. Was there anything else I had to do? Wait a minute. This is ready now. Oh, no, it's not. I still got more time. Okay, that's fine. I don't care about it right now. I kind of need a break from that. There's like, it's a very toxic environment. I just don't like to be involved too much. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's scrap. Should I look for Ashton? I don't know. I don't really feel like it. Uh, it wears me out. It makes me tired. It makes me so tired. I'll probably end up doing that before I do the hub above, though. Hub above. Does he still not want any more? Yeah, he just wants the Havenage stuff now. I got Yanix. Okay. Wasn't there another one? Any that I'm thinking of? Oh, good. Here we go. I don't need scrap. I don't think. Okay. Nice. I should wait to do this. I should do the things that cost energy and then go back to that. Should have thought of that sooner. Oh well. What data do I have? Havenage. And I'm going to wait to give that to Cordon Bleu over here. Okay. I think I will do the mushrooms. Yeah. Should I do like, well, if I do the 3 mushrooms today, then I could just get it done. I got 2 though. Don't even have to do. I'm going to just make sure that's what she wants before I continue. It is. Okay. Only have to do it one more time then. Okay. Oh, and then I go to her. Forgot what I was doing for a minute. There's your spores. Your little spores. Sleeper, Rico greets you without so much as looking up from her work. I've some of yours here. Come see. She beckons you over to a heavyweight-looking console wired to a series of specimen jars, some of which contain your spores. What does it say? The spores you have here are a real cocktail, a selection of types from within the groves. But I've been able to isolate a few. She taps one of the specimen jars. Here we have Tricoloma Matsuke Matsuke. There's a way to pronounce that. I can't think of it. Excuse me. Rico breezes through the Latin and Japanese pronunciations as if it was nothing. A species Solheim somewhat modified to use on the station. She brings up a panel on her console showing a chemical composition. All gradiented bars and obtuse acronyms. This is the composition of Solheim modified Matsutake. Oh, like, so Shiitake. Or is it just, no, it's not shiitake. It's like shiitake or something. Modified? Yes, every species of the eye is a tweaked variant of Solheim's, of course, but that's not the point. Rico brings up another panel, identical in layout but with wildly different colors and numbers. You see, this is what your um, shiitake spores look like. They aren't the same? That's a conclusion, yes. Rico glances at the specimen jar as if it might have something to add. They are fundamentally the same spores, but they carry different chemicals, different signals. She leans back and sighs. Solheim may have introduced their own tweaked versions in the beginning, but the groves have and still are affecting them. Do they still grow? Exactly, she smiles. What I wondered. She moves to another desk where two trays sit side by side. The first contains nothing but plant mulch. The second you smell before you even look at it, in pungent aroma of the fruiting met shiitake like rotting, sodden overalls laced with an edge of spice. What the hell does that even mean? It's like a rotting, sodding overalls. Like, are we comparing the smell of these mushrooms to soiled clothing? And then it's laced with an edge of spice, just a little spice on top, just a little spice. What a strange. Oh, I guess I gotta say that. I'd be like, this really smells like rotting, sodden overalls to me. The Mott shiitake here are grown from Solheim stalks, pulled from a spore vault in this complex. She winks. They are delicious, by the way. She sets them aside. The empty tray is germinating with the spores you collected. No activity, no germination, nothing. But the grows are full. Yes, they are. Rico looks at you directly, and you suddenly realize how much she is enjoying this. So here's our puzzle, Sleeper. Spores from the grows won't grow in the labs. There's something in the labs you're missing. But gathering fruiting bodies from what grows is too unpredictable. We need to grow a fruiting body with some of these spores so we can track it, understand it. In short, I need you to become my mushroom farmer. Actually, I already started. Rico looks impressed. Well, an eager microologist. I'd never have guessed. I assume you set yourself up in the aviary. I've been eyeing that place up for its proximity to the groves. Bring me whatever grows, not just shiitake. There's more than a couple of variants in there, so I'll need plenty of samples. She plucks a shiitake cap from the tray. These little things are reflections of their condition, their smell, their taste, their chemistry. It all derives from the conditions of their growth. She smells the cap. Enough of these, and we'll have a picture of what is happening here, of the ways in which this biosphere is modifying itself or being modified, whichever the case may be. Rico pops the Matsuke cap into her mouth, taking you by surprise. And don't worry, Sleeper, she says while softly chewing. If this turns out to be a dead end, I'll make sure that not a single mushroom will go to waste. Okay. I mean, I doubt you're gonna throw it out. You seem like the type who would sift through other people's garbage for stuff, so you look like a garbage diver or dumpster diver. She definitely looks like she would do that. That's probably like her secret hobby. She probably does do that. You know, you do what you got to do on the eye, and you don't let anything go to waste. I respect that. There's a funny episode of Dumpster Divers in Portland, India, and they're talking. It's like, so we've been asked, is it, does it help save us money? Well, with the time and energy we put in, not really, but, and I don't know, it's funny. They're just like doing this dumpster diving and getting all this gross stuff. I like Portlandia. I think it's funny. What am I doing? I want to. Okay, I have one spore to go. How many does Emphas want? He wants spores, right? Let's go look. Also, does that mean I get to work on my aviary, but also work on the commune quest? Because that'd be cool. No, I need to get the other stuff. So, in the dialogue, it said that she was saying Latin and Japanese names. There's a lot of stuff I'm reading that seem like it's error within translation, like words or the way things are worded, which is understandable. I get it. And it's really not, doesn't really get in the way of the game. It's just like a little thing I notice. And the characters do remind me of an animal anime styled anime inspired styled artwork. I don't know if it actually, I mean, if it is from Japan, then it would be anime, which is my guess. I don't know for sure. It's an indie game. I know that. But I don't know who, but that's, I just am kind of piecing things together, and that's my guess. That's my guess. Is this available yet? No. Like I said, not that I really care right now. See, I can't multitask. I can't talk too much and do this, but I got to get used to it because I mean, as you can see, people are flooding the chat and I got to be able to keep up with the volume of people trying to contact me. It's a hard life, you know. The fame, it really it's a tough life. Do I want to bother giving him that? Why do I want to give him those? I don't know. You know what? It gives us more information about him, so let's do it. We gotta make him feel special. Gotta do it for Memphis. He wants to be our friend. We can't let him down. Let's see. I went too far. I need two. Damn it. Well, not today. Sorry, Memphis. It sounds a lot like Memphis. But, I mean, you guys probably know that. You understand how words rhyme, so I don't really need to tell you that. I don't really need to come back over here to sleep. I don't know why. Shit, get out of here. I don't know why I did. Okay. End cycle. Hmm. An okay roll. It hits you like a wave, a white edged breaker roaring inland with the force of an entire ocean. Shit, what's going on? The impact is a screaming brightness, blanking, blanking out everything. Behind it is silence. You float in silence, suspended. No, you do not float. You are in silence. It has filled you up. It has emptied you out. You cease to exist. Time passes, though you do not feel it passing. Then something flickers in the silence. Then something moves. That something is you. Am I dead? You open your eyes to a metal ceiling of flickering lights. You feel the floor around you, patting it with shaking hands. You assemble an image of yourself, lying on your back in a corridor. You shake off the silence and sit up. What was that? You glance around looking for a sign of some change. Damage on the walls, shouts in the distance, fire and fear. Nothing has changed. The silence sits around you like fog. You try to think, furrowing your brow. How do you think again? It doesn't seem so easy anymore. You force the pathways to light up, the data banks to grant access. You feel like a fraction drive starting up after a long shutdown in a cold vacuum. Oh, okay, so we're like a starting up computer. We're like the ding 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 ding, and then we go boom. Betsy liked that. She's gonna tell me in a minute. There she is, telling me how much she liked that. Yeah, thank you. You feel like fraction drive. In the wave. In the wave was noise, just as the sound produced by a wave raking across a pebble beach represents trillions of impacts heard as a single roar. So this sound was the result of trillions of electrons flickering in place, heard as a single impossible scream. A memory and image comes to you, one from the moments before the wave hit. You squint as you imagine it, trying to cohere its blurry form. A broken skeletal ring, the eye, and then a vast arc approaching it, a razor-edged white curve, the wave. The wave approaches the eye. The eye spins, turning each part to face the vast white edge. You recognize their skeletal data cloud forms, the bright market, the low end, the greenway, the waste. Then the wave hits just as the flotilla, the cordon, turns to face it, and after that everything is silent. You open your eyes again. This is the epicenter. But of what? Okay, so I'm having predictive dreams, foreshadowing dreams. Oh, good. She's ready. Come on, what the hell? What am I doing? Why isn't... There we go. Even before you reach the cordon, the damage is obvious. The blinking red lights, the drones, the tugs, all are gone. Half the cordon's frame has also been shorn away, perhaps through the impact of some failing ship. People push past you in the corridor, both Havenage staff and contractors, clearing the cordon. Try to speak to them. You are met with suspicious looks and scattered warnings, but little else. From the equipment being carried out, you suspect this is no relief effort. Havenage are pulling out of this section of the station. The further you pass into the cordon, the less people you see. You can see a few sections have been closed off, their bulkhead doors sealed, and red warning lights punctuating the corridors, but otherwise most areas seem functional. Suddenly you feel a hand fall on your shoulder. Havenage security? You should have known better than to wander into this place. You brace yourself as you turn. Sleeper, PK embraces as you turn. What are you doing here? Did you see that cordon go down? Did Eshe speak with you? No, she didn't. She's a bitch. She doesn't talk to me. She hates me. PK glances around, and you can see they are panicked. I don't know what's happening. That makes two of us. Eshe left without saying anything. PK runs a hand through their hair. I was away from the ship, and when I got back, she'd taken it and gone. Then I saw the damage to the cordon. PK looks at you with wild eyes. What if this is some Havenage attempt to clear the flotilla to scuttle the refuge ships? It isn't. Peak pauses. What do you know, Sleeper? There was a wave. PK frowns. A wave? What do you mean? They pause to think. A signal that only affects electrical system, perhaps? An EMP would have taken out most of the station, but... PK runs a hand through their hair. I don't know what you are saying, Sleeper. That doesn't sound... They look away down the corridor for a moment. Don't say anything. You're going to sound racist against sleepers. Don't you do it. Look, I have to find Eshe. I'm sure you felt something, but we can talk about that later. They set off down the corridor. I can't sit around talking any longer. Find me on the flotilla. I'm going to find a way to Eshe no matter what. With that, they rush away into the depths of the corridor, leaving you behind. Seems like you'll need to follow if you want to get any answers. Okay, sure. Scrap for passage. You find a small shuttle scavenging supplies with cordon to take back to flotilla. Oh, okay. You need to get a couple scrap. No problem. I'm already right over here at the wastes. I got a couple good dye that I can use. There we go. All good to go. And then I'm hoping this is like the other ferry where I just need to pay. I'm pretty sure it'll just be that, where I just pay once. I don't think I'll have to pay every time. Oh, look at that. Haul supplies, damage control, Flotilla's friendship, shifting ships, systems, and social structures. The only way to navigate the flotilla is by rolling up your sleeves and helping out. I don't feel like it. I guess I'll do the risky. This is risky business. I mean, it probably won't take me all that long to actually do it. I think I'm going to re-roll. I can do this one. Look at that. I only have 2 left I need. Okay. As you walk into the bay of the climbing briar, the familiarity of the space overcomes any trepidation. It feels good to be back, and the return feels earned, especially after all the work it took to figure out a routine or a route through the flotilla's jumble of ships that might lead you to this blue streak. You see Eshe and PK immediately sitting at the back of the bay, deep in conversation. Their closeness causes you to stop, suddenly aware that you might be interrupting something private. No, just go, it's fine. PK is gesturing wildly as Eshe stares out into the middle distance, hunched over. As PK tries to get her attention, she spots you. Sleeper, Eshe nods. Incredible work back there, she smiles. Yeah, whatever. Sorry I couldn't wait for you and PK, but the moment I saw the cordon go down, I had to get in there. Yeah, okay, whatever. PK shakes their head, leaping before looking as usual. PK smiles, but I'm glad we are all reunited. To be honest, PK adds, I cannot believe it. The flux events knocked the entire cordon system offline. The flotilla is free and Havens are backing off. PK smiles at you. You must be our good luck charm. Flux event? That's what the refugees are calling it, PK explains. Apparently, that's what they called it when it started happening around Ember. What exactly is happening? Hard to tell. It's some kind of disruptive wave that only affects electrical systems, PK chips in. Typically, systems are screened against radiation and interface, but this seems to be dulled, but not stopped by those defenses. Basically, the crisis continues. The cordon may be down, but this brings a whole other set of problems. Eshe paces away. You should tell them, Eshe. PK glances at her. Please. Eshe doesn't respond. Tell you what. You stare back at her. Stare at her back, waiting for a response. Please, Eshe, haven't they shown they can be trusted? PK nods towards you. Eshe turns, her arms folded tightly across her chest. She goes to start and then stops. You can see the anger in her eyes, and you realize it is not directed at you or at anyone else. She is angry with herself. I brought weapons to the flotilla. Yeah, I know. She pauses, and now they are gone. Good job. Good job. You suddenly remember the sleek crates that were tucked into the bay, marked with a yellow sigil. The ones Eshe told you were just supplies. What were you thinking? I was thinking that if the cordon wasn't going to be lifted, the refugees would need something to change that. She stares at you defiantly. Would you rather they just stayed quiet and died like good citizens? I don't think that would have happened. PK looks at you. She knows this was a bad move, Sleeper, I promise you. They glance back at her. She's just too proud to admit it. Where'd you get them from? XPR, Ashe gestures around the ship. I wasn't about to leave the colony armed when we escaped. I wouldn't trust them not to use them on us. PK sighs. I don't know a thing about them, which is why Eshe is going to be the one to find them and bring them back. Stay silent. Meanwhile, PK adds, you and I have work to do. Oh, goody. I want to understand the flux, Sleeper. To study it. PK's eyes light up. This thing is changing the entire system, causing problems across the inner system, driving refugees off Ember's moons, and now it's here. If we don't do something about it, PK pauses, it's a problem for all of us. I can see more immediate problems, Eshe sniffs. PK ignores her. I've been looking at the networks, and when the flux event hit, it changed things. It shuffled systems, corrupted nodes, and broke open data stores. They take out a slate and show you a flickering polygon. Some of these flux nodes have appeared near the epicenter of the event, but I can't get access. You, however, I saw the way you worked with that data when we were preparing for the run. I think you can get into these things. I want you to find a flux node and bring me anything you can extract. They come and go, but most can be found in the barely functioning networks of the waste. PK pauses. Start there. Perhaps together we can find something that might point us to what the flux is and where it comes from. Okay? They smile. I knew you'd agree. Yeah, I don't really have a choice. Eshe looks indignant. Indignant? No. Don't waste too much time chasing Ghost Sleeper. There are people on this flotilla that need any help they can get. I'm sure Sleeper can do both, Eshe. PK smiles at you. I'll see you here when you have something. Good hunting. And they wave you as Eshe stomps away to make plans of her own. Stupid bitch. I knew that was gonna backfire, but did she listen? I mean, I didn't tell her anything, so what could she have listened to? I don't even know what I'm complaining about. I didn't even say anything. I wanted to. I would have. And I wanted to tell PK as well. Because, yeah, all three of us are in this together. And if she's going to go ahead and use weapons without our knowledge or approval, that's not right. Okay, and cycle. And cycle. Okay. Ooh, I'm hungry. Right. Should I sunbathe? Maybe. I feel like I'm safe to do this. You know, I'm in the safety of my house. Nothing could go wrong. Oh, got 2 energy. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna have to... You know what? I can go to the wastes. 2 birds, 1 stone. Apparently this is where I find those things. So it looks like I'm gonna go through some scraps before I find anything, is my guess. Okay. Reroll. Okay. Oh, right, I was gonna stabilize myself. I think I need like 1 more. So I might put a 4 in there. That would then be a 5. I don't know though. Let's see. Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. I don't really know what else to do anyway. It's something I have to do. Minus energy. Shit. Okay, well. I have 1 more die that I can use to sunbathe. Joke's on them. I talk like the game's against me, but hopefully this hasn't actually like... Oh, it's a 2, okay. It's fine. I'm not starving. That's all that matters. Okay. I'm hungry again, though. Using my low die for sunbathing actually seems like it could be good. Negative outcome. A negative outcome is a +1, so that's fine with me. Like I said, I'm no longer starving. Okay. Yeah, I'll go to the wastes again. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and... Because if I do this daily, I should be good to go. Then I don't have to worry about spending a lot of die on trying to earn cryo. I was hoping it'd fill me up all the way, but that's okay. I'll just do something that gives me energy. Like... Okay, I need to put into... Wait, what does she want? What does she want? No, I don't remember. Oh, she wants more spores. And she wants both. Okay. I need 1 of each. Okay. Probably takes away energy. Doesn't actually. Wait, don't I have another one already? What are these ones look like again? Hold on, let me go try to put it in there. Nope. I do have that though. Oh, I need a bunch anyway. Okay. I have spores though. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have to get them somewhere else? The aviary? Oops. See the commune. No. Wild margins? Nope, that's just where Ashton is hiding. I'll let him hide a little longer. I don't have much interest. Okay. Right, guess that's all I can do. Living on the commune. Living on the commune. Living on the commune. Living on the bayou. That's what it is, Betsy. That's the original. I did a little spin-off. You get it? I don't think she knows who CCR is. I don't think she gets it. Okay. So I need... Is it here? I don't know. Okay. Shows the samples are there. And the samples are... grown in the aviary. Oh, I gotta clean it up. Okay. I had a feeling it needed to be done. So, let's lift with our backs. Come on. Nice. This actually won't take too long. Shouldn't, at least. And then should I risk re-rolling? I'm gonna just do that with the 1. I'm not gonna... Because the 4 can be a 5, so that's pretty good. Nice. Oh, nice. I don't really need it to be that good, though. I would have used the die either way, so it doesn't matter if I re-rolled it or not. Okay. Start action. Okay, well, I got the spores. And I think I got 3. I do. Nice. Okay. And I can only get that... Oh, it's gotta germinate. Okay, that makes sense. What happens if I fulfill it with the other stuff? The girly samples. Will she be upset about that? Am I even able to do that? And cycle. Nothing left to do. Ooh, I'm very hungry. Very hungry. For sure. Nice. And then I'm going to use the 3. Hopefully it'll fill me up. Nice. Okay. And then I'm going to re-roll. A little better, I guess. Okay. And then I'm going to go get some scrap. Not very safe, but we're going to try it. Good. Positive outcome. Let's just go input that. Okay. And do I now have any more data? No, none there. I have to go back here. Whoops. Okay. And then it's Havenage data, which I'm pretty sure is what he wants. Cordon bleu. nice. Whoop. Okay. Ooh, and I got some cryo out of it too. Ooh, I definitely have enough for him, so. There you go. Shipment court. Okay. Now, before I sell it, does anyone need one? Anyone? Anyone at all? Well, I'm gonna sell it. Okay. It's not like I could never find any. Nice. I can export these too. I don't have any though. I have a seed. Can I not plant it in the aviary? I thought that's where I'd be able to plant it. We need to find somewhere safe to plant this gift. Yeah, I thought I did. I thought I did find something safe. Whoops. Maybe I have to finish the quest and then I can do it. I don't like that. I want to do it now. I want to get it out of my inventory, even though I don't have any issues with inventory. It just bothers me. Sleeping quarters. Okay. Okay. The tortilla. Flux data. Data. And damage control and that. No upgrade points. I feel like I've been doing a lot of shit and I haven't been getting any shit back. It's not fair. Wait, was there something lit? Oh, it was just that. Okay. I'm going to take another peek over there. I'm going to go up. Okay. Just the hub. Wait. No, it's not just the hub. Is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, I must have accidentally hit the other thing. Yeah, I only get... Yeah, okay. Well... Interesting. And then what was this place? I can't remember. Oh, this was an operator for a job. Does it say what I am? Is it... Did I pick something? Or... At the beginning? I don't remember. I don't think I did. Okay. I still have one of those. So... do they still buy it? You know what? Sure. There you go. You might even pay me more. I have no clue, though. I have nothing to support that theory. Okay. I gotta help with that still, too, at some point. And then I gotta work. I gotta go to work. They're gonna fire me. Yeah, I imagine that just the extra places to sleep are just so that you don't have to go across the map just to go back to your sleeping spot. Oh, I can go back to my apartment and feed the kitty. I better see this cat. This cat better come out, damn it. I got so much cryo now. I don't know how many I'm gonna put in until I give up, but that doesn't mean they like you, though. They're a cat after all. The stray crunches up the crackers as you watch. Sometimes they'll let you stroke them, sometimes not. Okay. Okay, maybe that just gets better. Let's see. Are we improving? Are we getting a little better? Maybe a little? Or is this about as good as it gets? I want him to move in with me. Is that too forward? Should I wait? We haven't known each other for very long. I've just been feeding him crackers. I don't know. I probably eat or give him a certain amount per cycle. Maybe per cycle. I'm gonna test that theory. Let's end this one because I don't have anything left to do on this cycle anyway. Used all my dye, and then let's ooh, that's a good roll for the day. Okay, let's see. My guess would be like 3, but it doesn't give you a meter. One more. Well, now it bothers me because I'm not on an even number. But I won't be unless I gotta do 3 more times. You know what? Fuck it. Maybe that's the thing that'll do it. Okay. Betsy, easy. The stray crunches up the crackers as you watch. Sometimes they'll let you stroke them, sometimes not. Don't be such a tease. I want you as my pet. I want you to live with me. Please, be mine. Okay. So, I think with that, I'm going to end for today. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to end it there because it usually, if I, actually, excuse me, what am I trying to say? I think since I did stuff right now, because usually I'll end my cycle and then after that, quit, which it says it saves, so I don't know why I don't start off there. I usually start off at the beginning of the previous cycle. So I don't know if that'll happen here. Maybe it'd be good because then I can get my cryos back because it's clearly not doing anything. I'm probably going to look that up to see if I'm just wasting my money. I probably am. But it's a kitty. It's worth it. It's worth it. Okay. So let's go out of here. Okay. So we today helped a bunch of refugees somehow. Still confused how that happened. Still confused. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't even want to say what I think happened because I don't think I have it. I don't think I know it correctly because from what I understand, it shouldn't have been a big deal. So from what I understand, they were in a quarantine area of the eye, while at the same time no one really knew they were there. I mean, Havenage did after a while. And then they had a ship that they had brought them on. I don't know if it was repairs to the ships that we did, or the ship, but I thought, so now it looks like the Fertilla or Fertia or whatever is just off. It's just on its thing. It's just in the, unless we took it, I don't know. I'm confused. But if it's just the ship, then I don't see why that'd be a problem. It's like, yeah, we'll just. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up and I'll let you know. Either way, Ashley's bitch and she annoys me. And she went and did this without us. And I can't forgive her for that, even though I didn't want anything to do with this. I could have said I'm out, but why am I going to do that? I want the extra dialogue. I want to finish. I needed to finish what I started. Even if I want to jump ship after, even if I'm like, oh, this is probably bad, I gotta go with it. You gotta finish. You gotta follow up. It's what life's about. It's following through. Maybe. Uh, yeah, so I've been liking it. I hope you guys have been liking it. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate your views and your comments, your likes, whatever, your subscriptions, just any sort of connection is good with me. Even if you don't do anything other than view it, it's that I'm happy with that. And if you got joy out of it, that's good enough for me. It's good enough for me. That's all I want to just help you guys get some, enjoyable content. And usually when I do my night games, I want those to be, games you could turn on to fall asleep to. Because obviously it's not very high, very intense. I guess if you don't like my voice, that wouldn't be very good to try to fall asleep to. But if you can tolerate my voice, then maybe. But either way, all that is good. On Twitch, I also am on there. But Twitch likes to delete old videos, so if you want to see all of them, I have them all on YouTube. Have everything the same on Twitch. That's where I stream. TikTok, I put my shorts on there. And so far, those are my 3 platforms that I use. I don't know if I'll do any others. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate you watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this stream and all future and past streams. Thanks. Bye.